throw up from the questions that we have, not questions, but from the podcast that we have ready for today. But yo, what's good, guys? Welcome on in. This is the Growth Podcast. We don't have a name, man. Who knows what we actually are? We'll figure that out one day. Exactly.
Just a group of content creators trying to
just
grow.
A group of content creators. Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. Yeah, man. We're just trying to help each other out in this world of content. Because people be eating, so we're trying to make sure everybody else can eat. Like,
we're trying to eat too.
Yes, sir.
So there's been a lot of things happening just like in the content world. Like, as you guys know, people showing off their willies on Twitch. Bro, I gotta talk about this now. Right?
Whoa, wait. Negan said it like, yo, I was thinking about this and I wanted to do it. That's what I heard.
This man is a pioneer. First of all right. He's a pioneer. All I've been trying to tell people is like, yo, don't get mad at all these women. Just innovate. Find different ways to become a greater content creator.
Bro, I got a second cam. We can set this like the meat cam up, baby. What's up? We can set the meat cam up.
Bro, don't be mad at these controller streamers. Start playing controller again, all right? So all you got to do is put on a pair of gray sweatpants, set your camera to look at your controller.
Let's talk.
Then, he's a pioneer. He's thinking ahead of the curve. You're mad at everybody else. Yo, just start finding ways to get other people to pay attention to your content.
Facts.
So if you got a little extra, you might as well just be one of those content creators.
Got a big, and you know how to use it. What?
What is that?
Nah. Y'all didn't think this was gonna happen today. Let me stop.
Listen, Negus, you got a point though. It's like, listen, you can't just hey, you gotta innovate, bro. You gotta, you know what? You brewing some ideas, bro. I'm about to activate channel points that make me do active stretches, and I'm gonna have the short shorts. I'm gonna have the deep shorts all the way up to the thigh line, nigga. And I'm gonna just sun salutation. Something about me rolling in, baby. It's
going through the motions.
Y'all done fucked up and gave me ideas.
I'm about to right now, bro. I've seen your TikTok, all right?
I'm about to get 50 right now. What you mean?
Listen, because I was just gonna say, I feel like he started the perfect, if he decides to be a crazy rage streamer, that ban low key can boost him up. Now all he has to do is just act like he don't care about life.
Yeah.
If he do that,
nice.
He could be like Delore. Low key, he could be like Delore.
He could pump fake taking his dick out every time and get a view boost. That's an insane power you have to have.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
bro,
exactly.
You gonna make hella clips
you know what I'm saying? And then people just automatically, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shoot, he's about to do it again.
For everybody watching, beware of a button that says helicopter for 100K points. We don't know what that could possibly mean. So just be aware when you redeem it. It might not be what you think it is.
Helicopter. Oh no, bro.
That's funny. That is great.
Y'all too much.
That is great.
You literally said, "Hey man, remember the guy?" Actually, now we have to talk about it. Like you brought it up, and they're like, "Now we gotta talk about it."
Discourse,
bro. I'm talking about
to give you discourse,
bro. I'm talking about innovation on Twitch. All right. We mad because somebody was gifted with a little bit more than other people, and that's really it. Hey, come on, man.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, you can't. Twitch streamers with micro, they pissed off right now. Like, damn it, we can't even attempt, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie. I never even watched the clip. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
I took their word for it. I'm pretty sure people weren't lying about that.
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Nah, that clip was nuts.
Of course, Craig.
Was it Trey that put it in the Discord?
It probably was. It probably was. Bro, I don't know. You gotta be a different type of demon. He was on soft and just shaving that shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. He ain't even wait until he had some testosterone. That's crazy.
That's a lot of confidence, though. You gotta give him that. That's a lot of confidence.
Hey man, look.
That's a different type of audacity, bro. That's a different lifestyle choice.
Hey,
all right, let's move.
Controversy breeds content. Controversy breeds content. He knows what he's doing. The man of genius.
I got you. My bad for bringing that. I meant to say some helicopter points. All right. So, as you guys know, it is possibly one of the worst Black History months on the face of the planet. I don't think
it's Black History Month.
Bro, it's terrible. Bro, we have black UFC fighters defending Joe Rogan, talking about
and it was Israel too,
bro.
It was Israel too, bro. I'm like, damn it. I was
so
like,
it was like beat his ass. He's a champ. People beat his ass.
But yo, on some real, just in general. So like, I wanted to talk about it because there's a lot of things that are happening just on Twitch. So besides like, you know, what Twitch is doing and Twitch's initiative, I just actually wanted to ask you guys in general, how do you guys feel being black on Twitch?
Personally, I love it, to be honest. I think we have the best creative space on this platform. Of course, you get the lack of recognition, but when it comes to like content, when it comes to like entertainment, I don't think there's a better place to be besides Black Twitch. Because like everyone wants to make you feel at home in their own community, so like they go above and beyond for every single person who enters that chat. And I can say the same for everybody in here like as well. But like Black Twitch is amazing. The only problem is we're not respected as a group, unfortunately, because of there's some factors that we can't control in regards to demographics of the platform. But overall, it's a great place to be honest. Like. Hey, that's my take on it.
I apologize for eating, but yeah, anybody else?
You're good. You are good, bro.
You just came off. You came off with that whole mayhem shit. Like
this is not sponsored by Corona, but Corona, if you want to sponsor, like, what's up?
Nice, bro.
So anybody else?
With a lime at?
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it's like you could even see the difference in just like even from a viewer's perspective. I remember one of the first streamers because I didn't get into Twitch until like 2019. Or late 18, even just being in like even in the bigger spaces, like you'll go into like not to name names, but like a big streamer who plays CS:GO, for example, wears a hat, does the whole rage thing. You guys know who I'm talking about. I remember I was in there, and the boy didn't say shit to nobody. They didn't drop less than 10 subs. Like he was just playing the game and literally just talking to like nobody. And then when somebody dropped the 10 subs, they're like, "Hey brother, thank you for the 10 subaroonies or whatever." And he's like, how you living today? And I'm like, yo, there's mad people talking in here, but you're not even like acknowledging. I remember the first time I went into Cup of Noodles chat, I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Cup?" And then she responded to me back, and not even just that.
Talks to everybody.
I asked her, I was like, "Yeah, just watching Avatar," and she was like, "Oh, what episode are you on?" We were just talking about Avatar, and I was just like, "Yo, this is crazy because like your shit is moving at a speed that I can't even comprehend, but somehow everybody feels included. Everybody feels like together. Like there are some places, there's some streams that I've been into that I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't even look like he wants to be here. Whereas like other people are like, yo, do you want to play? Like what's up? How are you doing? How are you living? That type of stuff.
Yeah.
No. I'm about to say, I agree. Also shout out to Cup because she was on G4 this week and
she was
stuff like that.
She was great. She was great too.
Snap.
Yeah.
She was going crazy. Shout outs to her. Being black on Twitch is it's everything. It's just like again the kind of black experience that we're used to, bro. It's the best of things and it's the worst of things because it's like, yo, we have so much good stuff that we put out there, and when we get together, when we do things like this, what I'm saying, when we see people do dope ass stuff like on the black content side, there's almost no better feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeing us do things and be amazing and in group, solo, however you want to put it out. See, again, going from like people doing these streams like this to, having people on G4 and stuff and doing their whole segments. It just warms my heart because like, yo, bro, that's straight black excellence, top to bottom. Like how can you beat that stuff? It's hard. Honestly, I truly believe that of course I feel like we're the most entertaining people, on this platform, on the internet in general, what I'm saying, if you want to count it. And it's just dope to see it on display in so many different little like microcosms and little lanes. I can see somebody playing a pure fighting game on this side. Just the variety and depth that we all have is dope. But then the other side of it is, of course, damn near every obstacle is against us as as a collective and as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes even other people within the community that's like, yo, what I'm saying, they on some other shit than us. So it's like, yo, we're not. Some of us are not all on the same accords. Sometimes,
right.
Shit work. It's a lot of shit that works against us, and it's like, yo, I feel great that I'm black in this space because I would rather I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't be me if I wasn't black in this space. You know what I'm saying? So
right, yeah.
I would take it as it is. But also, it sucks to deal with some like just the bullshit here and there with all the different, what I'm saying, like hate raids, like all this other.
I was gonna get on that.
Other creators, like. it's just so much that we have to deal with, and that's like I feel like that's like it shouldn't be this way, but it feels like the price of being black and being like so creative and being so influential, like how we are on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just that price, and it sucks sometimes, but it's kind of like the brunt we have to bear to be great.
Absolutely.
Ray, you want to go or?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely dope, and especially since like I felt like within like the gaming space, like since I was young, I was so interested in like creating and stuff like that. But I always felt kind of like an outcast in a way, because like, growing up, I was in like Call of Duty and like multiplayer and like a lot of shooters, and like you think of the face of shooters, a lot of it was like a lot of people didn't really have access to like or to justify buying gaming PCs and stuff. So like you'll see like the MLG players and like in the shooter scene, it was no like black MLG players that like I seen at all. Or and then like when you do hop on games, it's like it just felt so weird, because if they find out you black, they gonna sell it just because like it was a lot of racism.
Yeah.
So like eventually as I grown older and like kind of like reached out and discovered like kind of like black Twitch through like Twitter and stuff like that, I felt like it was definitely like it felt so cool knowing there's other people like that look like me interested and like stuff like that. And I honestly, it's a cool place besides like kind of just finding your way outside of just being like, all right, I'm in that space. What next? And try to expand. It just feels like kind of like I feel kind of limited in a sense, or I always feel like an outcast regardless. I'm kind of introverted, but I don't know. But it's definitely a great place.
Oh yeah.
Feeling like an outcast is very. I feel like it's a very common like place. Like the only like community I look at and I'm like jealous that I'm not a part of that community is like the Apex community. Like Apex is hella black. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like there are a lot of content creators. Like I feel like that's like the one. Like I'll say in the Splatoon category, there's a few of us. There's a good amount of us. In all honesty, like I'm not trying to say it like that, but like from like from the spectrum of big content creators that are just having fun, people that are actually just like really great at the game. I look at that section. I'm just like, damn, like there are a lot of black in comparison to Fortnite, in comparison to Call of Duty. Like there are black creators. I'm not trying to say that there aren't, but from each field, that's like the only game. And a lot of people talk about that with the fact of it being a game that like has accepted blackness in its game. Like one of the first things I load up with it is like the characters. But being black on Twitch for me, like I'll be very honest, like as somebody that's like in the first couple of years, I probably didn't speak to as many people when I was streaming on this platform. And I saw it from like the other side, because like I was like, oh, I'm in the Splatoon section, like nobody's really gonna like want to talk to the guy that plays Splatoon or whatever. I was wrong, completely 110% wrong. But one of the things that like Twitch pisses me off, because
talk about it
a lot, like being black on this platform, and especially during the hate raids and people were trying to say, oh, just be prepared. I'm like, yo, if you've never been called the N-word in real life, there is no preparing for that.
If you don't understand the context behind it, bro, it's crazy.
So like a lot of people, this is their first instance of actually experiencing racism. And now you have somebody in your chat saying, yo, look at this monkey, this, that, and the other, yo, N-word this, N-word that. And I'm just like, bro, if you have to understand the type of like the first day I was called, like I remember I was walking down the block by my school. Like I was going down to get food, Andrews, Charles, if you could believe it or not, like obviously. But so out of nowhere, like this dude just like, I'm going to the wing spot. This dude in his truck yells, like the N-word, like literally, like I'm talking about hard R. I've been in camps where like I'm with a bunch of little kids. This is upstate New York, and they drive by like N-words, like just like screaming it at like little like 13 and like some of them are even like 10-year-old kids. So a lot of people don't understand what it means emotionally to have your chat just flooded. And I was trying just to go to other people's during that section. And that's one of the times when I tell people all the time, like, yo, being black on Twitch sometimes is ass. I'm not saying that YouTube is better, because there's some racist like YouTubers that will literally, like, if you've never watched the CSGO modders, they are the worst. Ooh. The ones that like the whole time they slide down that thing, they will make you want to never be a part of like a community like that, because of like how they just go at you. But one of the things that like the hate raids, I was just like looking at people saying, "Oh, just protect yourself, this, that, and the other," and I'm just like, bro, like that's somebody's first experience.
And to interject off of that, with the hate race being someone's first, like interaction with say racism, the crazy thing to me, Twitch had nothing in place for us to protect ourselves. No. Absolutely nothing in place. Literally, Streamlabs had to do something on their end to say, we'll protect you guys since, you know, Twitch is behind on the 8 ball. It's literally, it's disgusting in that this platform is not protecting their creators. And like, they constantly show that every year, like, how can we provide them with the idea that we care about them in the most basic way?
Like
in the most basic way.
Without spending too much of this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. Again, I actually did want to touch on that point of like,
go ahead.
That it's actually interesting that you bring it up. It's like, again, it's a lot of people's first run in with racism. And I know for me personally, I know for a lot of us, we at a very young age, we're already taught in our minds, yo, be prepared for this. And so we go out into the world kind of bracing for those moments. In a sense, we don't necessarily expect them, but we brace for them in real life situations because, like, yo, at one point, you know, this society is this society. So we're going to face it at some point. It'll hit us at some point. But the difference here is that you're in these communities where this is a safe space, a designated safe space where, you know, a lot of positive energy is going to just enjoy the game, enjoying the vibe.
That you curated, that you personally curated. Yes. And that's the thing as well.
And so the expectation, the bracing is off. The guard is down because you're in your community and you're chilling. And that's the part that is super devastating for a lot of different people. And then you see in some of the clips how hate rates have like just fucked people up because they're not expecting that. It's just that level of, you know, I'm bracing for everything outside because my parents taught me this, but in this place that I built, in this channel that I built, now you're trying to hit me with this, like right where it hits at home. And that shit, that's where it's like just painful, bro. And again, I'm thinking like kids on this app that are literally like, again, that's their first time seeing this shit on either side of it. And it's like, yo, like it's hard to just, you know, fathom that in a comfortable place, like in a place where you ascribe to so much positive joy and good and just laughs and stuff like that, turn upside down in a minute instead of you actually being braced for it. That's where it's really, you know, devastating. So coming from that standpoint, it's a double whammy how Twitch hasn't thought like, yo, why don't we have anything in place just to safeguard people in case of, you know, the hate, discrimination, things like that on any front, but specifically, you know, for Black creators, because this is, you know, it's a thing. You know, it's a thing in every instance of the fashion. You know what I'm saying? Especially on platforms like this, especially on the internet with, you know, little trolls and shit running rampant. You know it's going to be a thing at some point. So why don't you at least have some blueprint in place? You know what I'm saying? You know, just save it for a rainy day in case that shit comes in. Like it as soon as it starts to, they'll rise up, drop it, cut it right there. But they had nothing. They had no proper plan to go with it. And that's what it's like. That's what fucks me up. It's like they love to think ahead on certain things, like, oh yeah, let's get an ad revenue program up for some people and get our money up. But when it comes to actually protecting people and the investment of, you know, actual
the people making, you know, the money,
the actual engine of this app, the engine of this platform, the people that are actually on it, and especially Black people, it seems like, you know, shit's just forgotten or not even, you know, conceived at all in terms of, you know, how to protect. So it's just fucked up.
Said, man, I just never understood the discourse on like just protect yourself, and it's just like cool, like whatever. All right, we'll move on. I was still going on to a lighter topic. I actually have to ask you guys a question. So as it being Black History Month, there are a lot of like, you know, Black history when it comes to content creators. Yeah. What content creators inspire you guys?
Good question.
For me,
let's see.
Yeah,
go ahead.
What content creators inspire you guys?
For me, the first content creator, there was like 3 big influences in my content career, and that was the biggest influence is definitely X Mira, because she is like what every content creator should aspire to be, because like she is an influence in gaming all on her own, and she's an amazing creator with any game that she touches. It's always a good time. Her streams are awesome, and then not even just that, but just the simple fact of like a few years ago, motherfuckers played Sims and that shit was just whatever they gave you, like her Ebonics, and they just like went and changed that game to its core. Like not many people can say I created content for this game and now the game at its core, when you download it base, is different because of my contribution. That kind of impact is to this day it blows my mind. Like imagine you logging into like Borderlands or some game that you never really played before, but you know that I'm like a Borderlands streamer, and then you're like, yo, we've changed our entire gun mechanic because When Easy brought this idea to us, and it was so popular and it made so many people happy that now the game forever moving forward will be different. So,
bro, and
Mira, no, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't mean to interject on your point, but like not only that, but like they have inspired other people because they do a lot of CC work. There are so many content creators that have like delved into the CC and just made that game bigger than what it would have been. So I 100% agree with you, and that's all I was going to say.
So, and like I love that you added that because it's true. It's that's the kind of influence that everybody should strive for. And then the second biggest influence was Kiwi on the Sticks, because her streams, when I remember being there, every time I go in there, it's almost as if like she is the supervisor and the chat is kind of like her coworkers. Like she's like, because there's so much interaction, so much funny organic things that come from that stream just by all the plugins, is how interactive it is and how welcoming it is. It's always a fun time, and it's funny because you're just sitting there and you're kind of like, it's kind of like a game in and of itself because you can interact with it to the point that I've never really even seen before up until her. And then under that is actually Cray, because Cray was one of the first people that made me realize that I like, no, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Because Cray was actually one of the first streamers who I ever played games with. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Joining his community made me start my own Discord, because I was like, it's super cool that I can just like, I go in here and everybody's just chilling and having a good time and having like, just chatting. Like we're not, like nobody's even doing anything, but like, we're just able to chat and have a good time. Like this is something that I aspire to. So it's always like, Cray was like the blueprint to where I need to hit, and then from then it's like Kiwi and then Mira is what I see that like those were like my biggest inspirations as the content creator at the level that I'm at now.
It's fucking beautiful.
Wow.
I appreciate it, man.
Wow.
Y'all making me like
compliment. You want to go next?
Bro, y'all making me like blush in front of people. I don't know. I'm not used to be on a. It's crazy, but inspiration. I can say, I feel like my background of inspiration is kind of weird because I don't find myself watching too much like gaming content. So like when I came in this, I'm like, I kind of felt like weird because I'm like, I don't really know how to navigate things, but I guess I could say like from a reference point on how I would want to be like is kind of like someone like, if you ever heard of like Bruce Drop Him Off, it was like he plays whatever and he's like has so much people, yet like somehow it still seems so interconnected and like kind of like a cult like fan base. So where like he can sit there and like be streaming like UFC randomly, and yet like so much people can be engaged in it, or like kind of, I think like kind of like Ludwig's like workflow kind of inspires me because I'm like, all right, I kind of want to like be able to turn my streams into different things, or like kind of just his whole like model of like how everything goes kind of like inspired me. So I think like I guess like those two is kind of like my reference point of what I kind of want to like be like.
No black streamers.
Black streamers,
yeah,
probably
why you put them in on the spot like that? That's crazy,
bro. I had to tell you, I don't know, cause like,
nah, I know why, but you can keep going.
Yeah, it's
I had the same thing, that the reason why as you, but like anybody else want to keep? Anybody else?
I'm about to say, Charles, you got something, or you want me to jump in?
You can jump in. I've been going first. You can jump in.
Cool. So I think a lot of the inspiration is kind of like for me in two different tiers. So I've been, of course, watching content for as long as this shit's been alive now, since when I first moved to Florida, when probably like 2007, 8, when YouTube started getting popping, and then like,
yo, we really could be like, yo, back in my day.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
literally.
Point,
sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right though, because niggas is born. Yo, if you don't have a 199 next to your name, or a 19 something next to your birth date, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with you, but
kind of boomer, Chris. That man boomer.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just saying it's wild, all right? It's wild. But looking like when it popped off and stuff like that, for me, it breaks down in terms of inspiration into two different tiers. Like, inspiration in terms of these black creators I've seen kind of planted that seed that it's possible for a black person to do this. It's possible for me to do this on at some point. So those would be 3 people. First, Chris Move. Shout out Chris Move. That's like one of my
everybody watches.
Hands down, favorite sports creator of all time. And actually, I have a funny story actually. Sometime in like middle school or something like that, I was playing MW2, right? I was on like a random match on Xbox, and I saw his name in a match. It was team deathmatch on Karachi. I will never forget this shit. I went 6 and 8.
You got put on the YouTube.
I was fucking ass, and like there was one point in the match where like I literally like proned in a doorway, and I went to go get my brother because like, bro, it's Chris Move in a match. Like, it's Chris Move, bro. And like I think in a part of the video he was like, yo, what is this noob doing in the middle of the hallway prone? I was like, fuck. But that showed the level of like, I like that guy, like he always entertained me from top to bottom in terms of like sports, in terms of whatever he did. That showed me that like, there's a certain like just effort you could put in to make yourself entertaining and just be yourself on the screen. That's 1. 2, KSI. Now KSI, of course, from the UK scene and stuff like that, he I guess kind of made it to where I believed it's like, you can take this really, 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 really fucking far. Like he was one of the first, of course, like prominent FIFA YouTubers ever. So I kind of picked up around him like 2013, 14 and stuff. And he's taken, of course, the astronomical height. So it's like, again, it's like, okay, no matter where you at, you can really make this popular as a black person. Honestly, it's like, it's there, it's palatable, it's feasible. And then the third one, of course, is the Black Hokage. Like that's hands down probably one of my favorite creators, top 5 favorite creators of all time. Been watching that dude from like ages. And again, just shows you
Modern
how
War
far you
Negro.
can take this. Exactly. It's like, from even before he started that channel, he used to do like dubs on like another channel before he switched over. It was called like Cornelius 08 or some shit. Exactly. I'm super nerding the fuck out, but please allow me. But yeah, like it just super entertaining. Again, one of the most entertaining people I've seen on this platform, or just any entertainment platform. And again, just shows you the levels, like how far you can take this shit. Like that's dope. So that's 1 tier of just creators who've told me throughout everything that they've done that it's possible to do this shit as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Like as a black man, this can be done. You can have success in this lane. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay dedicated to the craft and just keep offering up and keep working. That's one side. The other side is how can I make this shit the best I can be in today's current day and age? And that's where it kind of breaks down to y'all. Like literally, y'all inspire me. Like people like K-Dot, people like Cray, people like Negus, like people like Charles, people like Wen. They're doing it day in, day out. And I know for some people it's like, okay, like, just viewing it, but like I kind of view it as like a double thing now when I'm watching all you guys, because it's like, okay, there's one side, I'm just enjoying your content because y'all are dope people. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm chilling. But from another side, I see you guys always making these incremental improvements to the stream. You know what I'm saying? Little by little, the shit gets better. Some gets sharper. Some gets this. Some gets that. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff increases. The production value gets higher. And I'm just looking at it from the back like, they really doing this shit like day by day. So I'm like, and it just puts a battery in my back and it motivates me like, bro, I got to get this shit together. I'm starting to like put pieces in order. I'm like, I got to get on my shit. So that 1 tier, of course, is like the bigger heads, of course, the legacy creators that have always inspired me to say, I can possibly do this as a profession and make a life out of this and make a legacy out of this. And then it's the second tier, you know what I'm saying, of people like you guys, you know what I'm saying, again, like Kate, I wasn't here, Mac, of course, who's insane with the in-stream stuff and just the performance. And
absolutely.
You guys create life in content creation. You know what I'm saying? You guys create like so much different stuff, and that inspires me every day just to get myself better one day at a time. So it breaks down like that, man. I got a lot of different inspirations and shit.
That's real.
Oh, go ahead, Charles.
We should let Trip go last. God damn. Like, you made that shit poetic, dog. Let me see. If I had any content creators that inspired me, definitely all of y'all, 100%. Like I you can check my channel points and all y'all's channels. Like it's absurd numbers because I feel like everybody in here like inspires me to do better on a personal level, but also professional. The way you guys hold your streams, the like Trip said, the improvements. I think you guys like literally drive me to like keep doing this because like for those who may not know, I don't want to do content full time. I don't want that to be my. This is just like a really great hobby that I'm loving, and you guys help me love that. So I appreciate y'all. Like if I could say any other content creators that inspire me to like make my streams more of like a production, more of a general safe space for people to like just chill, just chat and talk. I would 100% say X Mira Mira, Kiwi would say Sensei, CJ, who else would I say? Ebonics, low key, Chaotic Bunny too.
I thought you were about to say something else with like I'm not naming it, but the one that shall never be named. I was like,
oh no, I'm not going to name that. I'm not going to say that.
I was like, wait, what's happening?
No.
Like it starts out to
hold on,
and I was like, wait, what?
Nah, I would never. I would not say that name. Oh
Okay.
no, that name would not be said. Voldemort ass nigga. But Bunny, literally, her drive and her like the way that she just comes up with the ability to grow and adapt to like Twitch, Twitter, etc. Like her growth, like over the past year, has been absurd, absolutely absurd. Like she has found a lane in which that she can thrive in, and it's been amazing. Like her partner journey was insane. Like if y'all follow like the ups and downs of it, literally insane. She got rejected, and then I think she applied maybe like 5 months later and got it. Like, bro, come on, that's absurd. But yeah, like as far as like drive to like make something, everybody in here drives me to make a better community for my community, for the fridge. So everyone, like y'all inspire me, and then the people that I named as well.
All right. Well, my inspiration. So I'll be honest with you guys. Like,
my chat.
Oh.
It was like he's on his 17th name change. God damn. Please, come on, dog.
Stop.
Come on, we're not here for that. 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 We're not here for that.
To be honest with you, mine's kind of hard because I'll be honest with you, like I probably like gaming YouTube, like especially like the people that got me into it. Like when it came to like, you know, who talked about gaming, there weren't a lot of Black people that did it. Just in general, like when I was like growing up with it, or I just didn't see them because they weren't put in front. Obviously, like TBH is one of them that like I feel like everybody saw from like a young age or whatever. There's also like one of my boys, PK Sparks, who like just in general, he's an absolutely amazing content creator. He's a Let's Player content creator. He got hit with a lot of the you know, stupid Nintendo, like, you know, copyright strikes and foolishness like that. He's an entertainer. But when the way that you guys talk about it, when I talk about like new age Twitch, I think that Black women are absolutely killing it. There's no either conversation about that. Like if you look at like, I feel like they without the coonery, they are able to actually succeed with like, you know, having like, you know, understanding how to build a brand, how to like make a community. I wish I could do it, but like to be honest, like you know, my attitude is
honestly, bro. Can I just say this? I feel like you have created like a great space in like your platform, like your area, Splatoon. Don't get me wrong. I will openly say this, that I have, you know, talked about your community a little bit, but I think that like you discredit the people that you have brought into your community. I think you created a very solid community for yourself. And like not only yourself, just the scene in general. So I want to give you credit for that, just so you never forget that. So
no, I get you. Like no, but I'm just saying, like generally, like when it comes to inspiration, like for me, I look at like a lot of streamers, like, and when they're talking about people, like, you know, like I wish I could be like there's a certain people like when I watch them, I'm just like damn, like. As when it comes to entertainers, you like, you know, you have your Big Cheese. Like I don't think anybody touches him like on this platform.
Fact.
Like
good. Production value.
Bar for bar,
none. You can't keep up.
Got him. Facts.
And it's like it to a point that I've like, you know, looked at other streamers. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. One of my biggest inspirations for streaming is Tim the Tap Man. Like I'll be honest about that. Like straight up, like. that is one dude I used to wake up every morning, knew his intro when he came on and stuff like that. But just generally when it comes to like being black on Twitch, when I look at the people that are surrounded, like I'm with you, Trip. Like, the gaming Illuminati ethos, all I used to watch ethos like crazy. I loved his content. I'm so mad that he gave up on scripting, because I think that he was one of the best scripting and being critical on games in general, because he actually understands games, and he said, F it, I'm just gonna make my own game, which is actually like the next level of just being a dope content creator at the same time. Like, he's like, yo, since you guys are getting mad about me critiquing this and I'm being critical about it, I'm gonna make my own and see what you guys think. But then on top of that, I look at somebody like Black Okage. I will never say I'm not similar to that. I'm more of a chill person, but when it comes to the path of content creation and going places, when I look at say for instance going to G4, that is something if you guys know Run JD Run, he's another great content creator. That's what's the name? Yeah,
John Witherspoon's son.
Yeah. And I've watched these people, and I'm looking and I want to go. I don't want to be a full-time content creator either. I want my content to take me places. The job that I got now is because I'm a content creator. I want to be able to go on to different speaking events, and people be like, yo, this is this guy coming up to talk about his experience in gaming, or just gaming in general, or go on to stations and talk about gaming. One of the things that I've been it just inspires people. Being able to talk about gaming and make money off of it is one of my big inspirations, as somebody that grew up with gaming being one of the most stupidest things to the people around me. Gaming was absolutely stupid. And it's just seeing that where people can make a living off of it, host shows off of it. What's her name? Is it Chelsea Bites? I can't remember her name.
Yes,
but
yes.
Chelsea.
She's she is so amazing. She's so amazing.
Opportunity to get that thing, that inspires me, and that is something that I look to for myself, because I would love to be a part of that industry and just talking about gaming. So everybody went right for being who inspired you, right?
Wait,
go ahead.
I kind of want to elaborate more, because I feel like I gave a very closed off answer, but
you got called out. It's okay.
Because all right, because usually a lot of questions, it take me a minute for me to really think about it. So I was really thinking, and all right, so I kind of I feel like learning streaming, I actually did get a lot of inspiration from people in this space. So I could say with Win, I feel like he introduced me to know there's cool people in streaming, because to be honest, I'm very reserved. I'm very reserved, and it took me a while to break out my shell to even be all right, I feel like what if someone's using me? And he showed me there's a lot of genuine people, and he was for my beginning streams for 4 months, it was me and him just playing all day, and it was cool, and we talked content and kind of lit a spark to do more. I feel like with Trip, seeing how organized you are, I was all right, I need to get on my shit. Because the first time we ever did a podcast, I'm yo, because I always dance around I want to start a podcast. But then I met him, and I'm bro, I need to organize. I can't because I was sitting there how well he mapped out things. I was all right. There's clearly I didn't really have to think, or I didn't have to research, or I didn't have to sit there and be it's he kind of thought up a lot of things for me to be all right, now I can kind of generate an opinion, because he gave me all the information. Charles, when I first started streaming, I'm yo, he's kind of famous, everybody know him, he's around, he's supporting. I'm I am not in a way, all right, in a way that I felt the way you supported people, and it was very genuine. You can tell you weren't supporting people in a way of all right, I'm trying to get up, I'm trying to it was it was very genuine, and I'm it kind of pushed me oh yeah, I kind of want to meet people the way he is, because clearly everyone's not corny.
Yeah.
So and then when I met Negus, I was you were the first person that was a partner. And I remember when we first played Apex, I'm yo, I'm about to play I'm really meeting people in this space. I was I never met anyone with a check mark, and it was I was kind of scared with ever reaching out to anybody with a check mark when I first started, because when you first started, you think, all right, the check
They're
mark is like
gods.
that's like
They're gods.
it's crazy. So like when I met you, I felt like I just felt like wow, like this he's like really cool and like the way you would reach out like really on some like genuine shit, like say if you can peep something's wrong, and I was like, I respect that because he's really a genuine dude. And like going through his like stream, it was like I'll be watching, I'll be cooling sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, he's really cool. Like I really want to like I don't know, just the way like you seem like a very structured person. You seem very honest, and I was like, I don't know, he seemed like a cool guy.
You make us watch Splatoon.
Really respect him.
Like we don't play.
You make I literally bought it because I was watching you.
Hey man,
yeah,
bro, I understand Splatoon so well because of this man.
Is that like a lot of you guys don't understand this? So I grew up Adventist. Like I'm usually like a super like closed off person, very like closed off. Like usually, because of Twitch, like a lot of times, like I would run into a lot of like, especially being partnered. I'll say this: like you'll run into like a lot of fake people. You'll run into people that they only show up when you have a certain viewership. They'll only show up when like, you know, you're doing well. And like, I got turned off from it because like I fell, like I was a person that I couldn't stand the game that I was playing and I moved away from it. One of the people I was lucky enough to find was Chauce. And
hey man, y'all gonna make me blush. Relax.
Like genuinely, this actually brought it up because, you know, you guys are talking about just people in general. So like, Chauce, I didn't even realize Chauce was an Adventist also. He went to like, you know, my sister, like college technically. He went to Oakwood, I went to Andrews. Like we all have a lot of affiliation. Like he knows people that are around the same places. And that was after almost 3 years of being on Twitch. That was the first time outside of like, you know, like Kiwi or whatever. That was when I was like, damn, I actually have a friend in this platform. But I know it's a cheat code because of the fact that like we have like, you know, we understand we were part of a death cult, but besides that, besides that, like genuinely, like he was the one that got me. Like I wouldn't know anybody in this call or have asked anybody in this call if it wasn't for Chauce. So I just want everybody to know that everybody knows Chauce. He'd be in every single stream, just in general. So yeah, and I feel like a lot of people say that about you just in general, man. Like you've put a lot of people on to other streamers.
Facts.
Like genuinely, like when it comes to like the black communities, you just gotta get you out there more, man. That's really it.
You the glue for a lot of niggas, man. You the glue.
Nah, you are.
Who holds the shit together? I'm the glue.
Yeah,
you are. Give it a loop. All right, so let's move on.
Appreciate y'all.
Honestly, there's so many people that inspired everybody, but let's move on. Let's get on to a spicy topic. I want you guys to ask, because Cray, I know you were part of it, but what are y'all thoughts on the Black Brilliance carousel?
All right, I'll start this one off.
He said,
let me take a drink first. Hold on.
A long drag.
Dog. This shit is ass. I don't fucking care, bro. I'll say it right the fuck now. This black carousel is fucking ass, bro. Ain't no fucking way. Y'all only got, 8 people on here at a time? 8? And then it's at the bottom of the fucking page. And if you're on mobile, you can't even see it half the time because they got what's hot and then they got the recommended what we think you'll like. The black carousel does not show up on my Twitch mobile app. It does not. I don't know if it's the same for y'all, but for me, I don't see it. And on PC, Wynn's checking right now. And on PC, it's at the bottom of the fucking page. This shit is garbage. I don't understand how year after year after year, Twitch can give us the bare fucking minimum and then be like, oh, they're good. It's absurd. It is literally absurd. Black Carousel is some bullshit. Oh no, we lost Negus. Oh, never mind. Black Carousel.
I'm back. I just need to fix my camera.
Yeah, Black Carousel is some bullshit. That's all I gotta say. It's so bad. It's literally so bad.
Oh wait. You gotta go into on iPhone. You gotta go into the Discover tab and then scroll down a little bit.
So it's not. So what you're telling me is not even on the home page.
No, it's hard to find. Is what I'm telling you. Yeah.
Oh, let me check.
Go ahead, Craig.
So, to be honest, I don't really know too much I can say, but I feel like because the turnout like last year, I thought it was like really dope. Yo. So like this year, I was like excited. I thought this was like a big thing. It's still kind of cool, but like when it came down to it, I feel like nothing really changed, or like it not being on like some people's thing, or like, to be honest, there's a select people that are actually highlighted and guaranteed front page.
Yes.
So like it was just like, I don't know, it was just like nothing really changed. It wasn't really nothing. And then plus, in general, it's like it's not really much. I don't know, if over 1,000 people and only 8 slots is corny. It's very corny. So I was, to be honest, it's like first I was like I was excited, but it was pretty much a letdown. But it's just, I mean, it's typical Twitch. Every month there's always something. So I wasn't phased too much.
I'm telling you right now, as someone who's learned code, it is not that hard to make the scroll infinite. It's not that hard. It isn't. It's not that hard to make it infinite. It really isn't.
Another thing
That's all I'm gonna say.
Another thing
that
I thought would have been like, there's just like the idea behind it was very much just like they want to be able to say that they did it. Because there's so many better ways that they could have implemented it, even if they didn't want to use the front page. Because I'm gonna say this now, is that like when I go on, I've seen more shit about Lost Ark and more ads for that shit than I've seen about the Black Brilliance thing. And like you have to scroll down to find it, but not on top of that. A good way of doing it would have been like, let's say Craze an Apex streamer. Let's say, because he's variety, but let's say he's an Apex streamer for this thing. If he's live and he's in Black Brilliance, if I click on the Apex tab, wouldn't it be smart to just put like the Black Brilliance like people at the top, like, hey, this section here is for Black Brilliance streamers who are playing games. Like small things like that would have been really good ideas. But part of me kind of just feels like they gave this project to like maybe half a team or something, and they were like, yo, do this, we got to figure out the ASMR situation over here. We got our whole table is stacked. We don't got time for everybody else.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of sad, and it really just shows like it's one of those people who say like, I'm against racism, but like they definitely do be crossing the street when they get the chance, you know?
Yeah. So to speak on what you said, somebody in chat just said, to go off of your point as well, I also wish we had our own page you could click through. I want to see certain games inside of celebrating Black Brilliance tag. So to go off of what you said, when you guys know, if you search a game, they'll have every person playing that game in the tag. Every game, like every person playing, from the most views to the least views. And so even if you go to the homepage, that celebrating Black Brilliance tag should pull up more than 8 people. Like, I don't understand why it's not more people on there. Like, it's actually quite ridiculous, to be honest. I think we got Matt coming in here too.
Yeah, Mac. For some reason, he's muted and his camera don't work.
Classic Mac.
What I was gonna say is, like, to be honest with you, it almost felt like here, damn, like, yo, like,
yes,
here,
damn, yes,
shut up already. Like,
that's all it is.
Honestly, like, I feel bad. So like for me, I look at it and I'm like, dang, like, why can't you, like, highlight it at the top or whatever? Or like, we don't know, like, Craig, like, you don't have to speak on this. I understand if you can't, but like, we don't know if it was like, almost to a point where it was like, we're highlighting it and that's really it. So we're putting you in a recommended tab, like, like as I said, it's there. It's like, you have to scroll down a little bit, but like it's there.
Highlight means it's set apart. It's plain to see.
But like my problem is, like, how many people go to the Twitch's front page?
Not very often.
How many people go to Twitch's front page?
Not me. My recommended is very much Black. So I go through my recommended sometimes because I'll be like trying to like actually expand and like watch more people. So I do just the recommended, but I'm not going through like the front page carousel, like the
Trip, do you check the front page?
Like actually check that shit.
Do you go on the front page? No. Charles, do you go on the front page?
My bookmark is on the front page, but I go straight
3
to
out of 10 times.
Mac, do you go on the front page?
No.
When I type in twitch.tv, the front page comes up.
Oh, you're a weirdo. You type in twitch.tv?
Yo, because
you don't go to automatically to your channel?
Not to my channel, because usually I go on to other people's channels. Like I usually
front page. Like when I wake up in the morning, I come to my PC, I turn it on, I boot it up, I go to the top tab, and it says Negus. Who goes to what? Yo, okay, first of all,
my defense,
I must be weird then. Never mind.
I made the bookmark before I even signed in. Like that's how it was. I was like twitch.tv, make the bookmark, and I just never. I'm too lazy to change it. Like that's how it works. You know how to change a bookmark? Because that's
bro. All you have to do is edit the.
I want you to know something. most people that watch Twitch, let me be honest with you. Most people that watch Twitch, they get their notification when they see their favorite streamer come on. Yeah. They click it and they say, cool, I'm watching Twitch for the day. Yeah. And wherever that streamer sends them, that's where they go. So what would have been the cool thing to do is possibly on the side of your screen where it says recommended channels, it could have said Black Brilliance. The streamer is streaming here at this time. Bro. I don't know how hard it could have been. And because
it's not that hard to code. It's not. I'm telling you.
That they needed to do that. But to be real for me, I don't know what the front page looks like. Because you know what the front page used to be? Tim the Tap Man, Dr. Lupo, and Ninja.
Yeah. I can actually, I'm literally looking at this front carousel. I literally just did the numbers right here. So this top carousel that you always see on the front page, right? There's 8 slots.
There's 8 slots.
There's 8 slots. And only half of them that I see are black folks. The other half is a Fortnite game, a Fortnite tournament or something like that's going on, Valorant, and 2 other people that are not.
There be white people using the black tag getting to the carousel. I don't get it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just like sense. I'm just like, and then again, you have to scroll down to live channels. Think you like past categories, past this whole little blue bars with games, IRL, music, creative, esports. Past what's hot, and then just celebrate Black Brilliance, and then it's only this one little section right here, and then the next one is while Only Mac is offline. These are the channels, and I'm like, you could have, you know how like what's the name? Google will like literally like specialize a page, or like they'll do a little shift, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Like Pornhub be doing better like events than y'all niggas. They be really
they was like wait.
Stop the cap.
They was like wait. The new Spider-Man movie just dropped. Man, there you go. We got cosplays for you, baby.
Like I can bet my bottom dollar. I can bet my bottom dollar, bro, that it's better than this right now. It's better. It's better.
Definitely spend more time on Pornhub than Twitch because of their discoverability. That's why we all go there for research purposes.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, their algorithm just knows what I like. You know what?
Might recommend it. You wouldn't believe.
It's curated, baby.
I'm taking my talent to the hub. I'm taking my talent to the hub.
Yo, Mac, I know you got something on this, bro. Are you muted? Or are you?
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm trying to get my camera to work.
Bro, I know you got a lot to say about this.
Do you have anything else up right now?
OBS.
Close OBS.
That's the only way for it to work.
Close OBS and load it up. It always locks out.
It goes priority list, so OBS has priority.
So if you're streaming, then it's fine. But yeah, like I know you had a lot to say about the Black Carousel, Black Brilliance carousel. So what's up with you, man?
Man, listen. That shit is not good. That shit is ass. It's terrible. The reason why it's terrible is like, shout out to everybody who made it and shit like that on the list. But last year, we all know it was for people who were doing their thing, killing it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This year, they kind of just made it as it seemed like a pass. You just get a pass, get on a bus or shit like that. You get a pass to get by. That's what it seemed like, And it is people who on there who work, they work their ass off too. But like compared to last year to this year, it's not like the same kind of acknowledgement or nothing like that. How am I supposed to keep up with 13,000 people versus me keeping up with like 35 people that was on a Twitch team that I can find,
True that.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
I remember it was very much events. Like when, I remember we'd be like, oh, it's Buddha's slot on the front page. It was like you would see that all over Twitter. It's like, yo, Buddha's coming up, or like things like that. When people came up, it was different. But I feel like when they gave it to so many people, not saying that it shouldn't be this many people or whatever, it just kind of like when they did that, they were like, here, you guys, here's your thing. You guys figure out how to market it. But when they had like a select team, it was marketed differently. That's what I felt like, or at least I'm remembering it.
Bro,
go crazy, Charles.
It just felt loose, bro.
Yeah, like I feel like they're using tokens. I'm not calling these people tokens. I think Twitch is considering these people tokens. So I think Buddha, Sam Saxophone, he's always on the front page because like I guess he's different than like whatever different means to them. Like he's not being the N-word on stream or whatever. I don't know. But he's always on there, and I love that for him. But when you go to the front page, you'll see him, you'll see Buddha, and then you'll see somebody else. Like they have their I'm not calling these people tokens. I'm saying Twitch is not doing their job in finding talent, so they have their people that they go to, which good for them. I'm happy for them. I'm glad Boot is eating. I'm glad Sam is eating. Right. But my thing is, you have 2 Black people, maybe 3, on the front page during Black History Month, and you have a bullshit carousel. Like, come on, what are we really talking about here? Like, what are we really saying here? It's such bullshit. Like, and I feel like and next year I think it's going to be worse. I don't even think there's going to be a Black History event. I think they're just going to say Happy Black History Month and keep it at that. I think that's what Twitch is getting to. To be honest, last year was this year's ass, and then like, what can we expect for next year,
bro?
Like, I don't think we can expect anything.
Yeah, I never expected anything, to be honest. So I'm like, yo, you've shown us historically that you don't know how to honestly properly, showcase what's going on during Black History Month. I'm like, there could have been simple fixes. Like, honestly, with the amount of creators, which again, I don't mind the number of creators that are going in, but make sure you properly advertise this. So, okay, cool. Say, oh yeah, batch 1, you're in this week. You know what I'm saying? This batch of 1,300 creators, you get a special slot this week, and all your names are advertised. So, oh yeah, this day you got, this creator. Yeah. Broadcast that, push that on all channels, do that for every single day. Catch these streamers live, give them a direct link, give them a whole landing page that's specific to Black History Month and Black Excellence, this campaign you're running. Do that for each week. Maybe, okay, for the bigger ones, you can give them some recurring spots. You can give them like one each week or whatever. Yeah. For everybody else, you give them a special slot during the month. You can try it like that. That's perfectly fine. But give them, again, that deserved pedestal right there for the month, because it's like, yo, you just threw an extra category instead of making an actual announcement. It's like, yo, it's like if Apex is like, oh yeah, we got this control LTM, right, y'all? But I'm not gonna tell y'all about it. I'm just gonna throw that shit in there day 1 of the season. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can see what y'all can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have thought it was Easter egg or some shit. Like, we gotta start looking for shit. It doesn't make any sense. You have this rollout that you are, again, you every year it's coming around. You have to, you're promoting for it. You know what I'm saying? You say, oh, Black History Month's coming up. We're gonna have this, and that, blah, blah, blah. You need to make the proper entries, bro. Give it its due diligence. Don't just half-ass it, because we read through it every year. It's the same, you know what I'm saying? The same shortcomings and mishaps. But again, it sucks because we have, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot of dope creators in that list that are doing dope ass shit, but it's Twitch is failing them. It's Twitch failing them every time because, yo, you're not putting in the effort to make sure these people are seen. It's all messed up.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about all right, how do you feel like, say that you see streamers that is like kind of like always shown, and do you feel like, is it ever a time frame where, okay, they've been shown enough, can we get some new faces? Do you ever feel like that?
No.
I'm like,
so I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. Charles is gonna say no. I'm gonna say yes. And the reason why I say yes without naming any names, like, I'll keep it a buck with you. I think that, like, if you're going to do programs like these, like, obviously you pick what works, and I get that. Like, of course, right? I will, of course, as I said, I will not be naming any names, but I do think that, like, for opportunities like these, especially, I feel like you should have, like, there was a whole stream, if you ever watched DJ Wheat or whatever his name, if you watched that stream, where he was talking about, like, them knowing their communities. And I feel like there are a lot of aspiring content creators. I'm not even talking about myself. I don't care, because one of the things I actually believe, I don't think front page is actually going to do anything for me to grow. Like, that is my mindset, number one. Like, I've seen from people multiple times get front page. All it does is inflate their follower count, and nobody actually ever stays to watch you. That's one thing. But for me personally, I do think that, like, if from a year-to-year basis, if you're looking and you're like, yo, I see that, like, say for instance, yo, there's this dude Cray that does these crazy TikToks, you should give him a look out. There's Chaotic Bunny, like, which I do think they reached out to her. Like, she's made, like, amazing strides. Like, I feel like it should be something that, like, you should be, like, actually highlighting people that have been on a grind, and if they're new, especially, like, there's a lot of people that have gotten the nod a lot, and nothing wrong with it. I will never hate on their, like, their success. Great, perfectly fine. But I do think that, like, there is space for, like, newer faces that have been, like, really, especially, as I said, if I look up there and I'm like, dang, when finally got like a show through, or say for instance, even Mac, right? People that have like, you know, may not have been on a lot of people's radar. It would be, in my opinion, it would do a lot of good instead of like, you know, you throwing up like the same faces, the same people, whatever it is. They're gonna be good, like a lot of them. Yeah. It really, at the end of the day, like they're gonna get shown from other brands, other people. Like I feel like as Twitch, if you're looking at your content creators and understanding your content creators, like you can see when somebody's making an impact that year, or you should be able to. And like in my opinion, like there's so many other people that like could fill in that what's it called, because last year you probably learned about like a few other streamers through that program, and there were some new ones last year actually. I won't like what's it called,
there was quite a few,
but there was quite a few last year. So like pushing them up to front, it could change everything of how they're viewed on Twitch. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Just to interject, I only say no because like I want the people that are eating, I want them to continue eating. And I'll say names. I'll drop names because Buddha, that's my man's. So Buddha's going to be on Twitch front page for 5 years to come, and I love that for him. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Do I want new people? Absolutely. But I'm glad that they're at least highlighting the people that they're highlighting, because it shows at least some type of effort. Bare minimum, it may be.
I get you.
It shows some type of effort. But I'm glad that Buddha, SMB, Cup, they've all, you know, put in their strides to be.
So this is why I actually get annoyed about it a little bit.
Okay.
Say for instance, this is why, right? I come from the Splatoon section, right? So a lot of you guys are either a variety or in games that are highlighted, right? So I look at two streamers that have done amazing this year, right? And that is from my community. Who cares? Her name goes by, she goes by Cam, and another person by Kyo-chan, right? Mm-hmm. One of these people have actually reached out to me like, yo, how do you get involved with like, you know, Black Twitch or whatever it is? Because as I said, if you play Splatoon, you are on an island. And when I say that, like when, as I said, I've been in there, like where I've been in Splatoon and nobody reaches out from Twitch, whatever, you know, as I said, again, I'm not looking at this as like an opportunity for me to grow. But when I look at like the other people that have grinded like their ass off, made it to partner, and then like there's not even a nod by Twitch for during Black History Month. It's not even like a look your way at all. So that's what I kind of mean when there's like, there are a lot of people, new people that could be highlighted. There's a lot of new people that can be highlighted. And when I say like, I'm not trying to say like, yo, so like say for instance, like, I don't know if she ever like, you know, got highlighted. Like with the girl that like, I think she posted T-Pain's like, you know, snippet of, yeah. Like there's a lot of people that could be highlighted. And that, like it would be leagues of a change for a lot of these people. And there's like, I'm not saying that like either A, they need a representative. I don't know if there's going to be a survey after this. And if there is, we as a community need to come together and say like, yo, we did not like how this was handled. Can you please like do this properly? So if there's an actual survey, if somebody would like to actually, like if there is a survey, please let everybody know. Cause I know there was a survey for everybody to get into this. So like, and that should have been highlighted by Twitch in the first place.
It wasn't.
Like, it shouldn't have been. I remember it was Brandon or what? Like, I'm gonna get Brand. I remember his. Yeah, it shouldn't have been a Twitch streamer saying, "Yo, if you guys want to get into this event, make sure you do the survey." Why isn't that on Twitch's thing? Like, yo, people, if you would like to be a part of our events, please make sure that you sign up for this or give us a response.
Yeah.
Fact.
Like my joke was in my spam. I don't know why.
Or even just doing it through the website. Like even like we get notifications every time I get a gifted sub or like, oh, blah blah blah. Blah 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 has drops on. It's like, why do you have a Dropbox if you're not gonna give us like important shit in there? Facts. Like I still have, I never got my recap. I don't think I'll get it for last year, which sucks. So it's like yeah. And when I was just looking like, how do I find this on the website? And they're like, oh, you don't. It's just an email. And I'm like, why don't you guys just fucking put it in my Dropbox?
Yeah. And the thing is, there's a whole process to get it that Twitch doesn't teach you. Like, you have to change your
have to change your email preferences and all that stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
But let somebody get called a saltine. Let somebody get called a saltine, and the fucking SWAT team jumps down like if it's fucking Monsters Inc. And they're like, whoa, you can't call them salty snacks.
I'm dead. I'm salty snacks.
I'm so serious,
bro.
Hey yo,
how dare you?
All right, I wanted to jump on.
Go ahead.
When you wildin', bro.
When you need to be a comedian, dog. I don't understand why you.
I promise you, when is the funniest person on this fucking app, bro? I promise you, God.
Salty snacks.
Like casually spazzing every 3 minutes, dog. Like you don't understand how
they belong with chili.
Dog. Hold on. All right.
Go ahead.
Basically, just to speaking to your point of like seeing some of the faces on the same faces on the rotation and stuff. I just kind of thought of it as you're speaking of it, like thinking about it, like the trajectory of Black creators on this platform and how not many of us are put into those the biggest spaces on Twitch. Thinking about it. Every month, Black History Month, we see the same big creators that we usually do, which again, I don't mind because I'm like, yo,
I'm not gonna hate on them.
Give them a salute. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the people leading the charge out here. Shout outs to them. But here's my thing. Outside of Black History Month, these creators are huge and they drive their own communities ridiculously. So I think it's like, yo, why don't we put these giant creators, you know what I'm saying? Of course they have their spot in Black History Month, but again, put them in those giant ass reels and ads and stuff you do the rollout for the rest of the year. Put that outside.
Yeah.
Again, show diversification of that. And as you move them up, take that moment in Black History Month to highlight new creators, highlight those new people that are making their grind and stuff like that. Like you mentioned. Look at the NBA. You don't see the same damn All-Stars in the damn Rising Stars Challenge every single fucking year. You don't do that. Because they grow, they progress, they make it to the All-Star team, they make it to the first team, the second team, and stuff like that. You don't keep them in the Rising Star Challenge. You don't keep them as freshmen, sophomores. They grow and they progress. Why do we do that for Black creators? Seems like y'all don't care. But again, whatever, rhetorical question. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't we create that room? Make a progression. Put people like SMB, put people like Big Cheese, put people like Drunken Buddha on the biggest ads that you see, that you have Tim the Tap Man and what's his name? Nick Merckson. Put them in that same rotisserie. And then while you're making that move, at the same time, you bring up new creators, like the people are right here in this call, like Quavy, like K and stuff like that, like people audiences might not have seen before, and give them that platform to grow and have them showcase the whole month. Why are we bottlenecked into this whole month? Why is our whole entire diverse lineup of creators bottlenecked into February?
America.
That's also America. Obvious.
What are you talking
answer.
About?
And I feel like they go with a little like what they feel comfortable with, which is complete trash. Because I'm not saying that they're like the creators on there is trash. I'm saying like they go with what's comfortable to them. They don't want to go out and look for shit because they know it's easy. And even I heard companies do like shady shit, like they'll get a list from people or creators, and then they'll be like, oh well, here you go, and then those are people that they'll rock with forever. They don't know how to get on new things.
That's the next topic.
And that's sad, bro. But it's like, yo, it's so easy to fix some of the problems that we're seeing and create progression and a pipeline for people who are on their grind, gaining momentum on the app, and they have another moment to shine and get showcased. It's so easy to make. Why do you have?
Almost like they should hire us.
It's so simple. A caveman can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's some shit that's just like, yo, why don't you just simply put this pipeline in place to where, okay, cool, you're showcasing the diversification of your app at the highest level, and during Black History Month, where there's so many new creators, rising stars. You know what I'm saying? Like people who shot up out of nowhere, like Chaotic Bunny in this past year, people that the whole Twitch populace might not have seen before. From a pure, like, again just a your creator based standpoint, you're just only lining your pockets up better in a sense over the long term. You know what I'm saying? Because you're literally loading up new creator after new creator to like build that up, and they're not gonna want to fuck up their shot. So they're gonna do the damn best they can, showcase them throughout that month, and then they keep growing and just manifest pipeline, more money back to you as you grow on. Like it's simple. But Twitch is, they how they are. America's how it is. Life is how it is. But I understand.
I'm just to be honest with you. Like I love Twitch. I say this all the time. I love Twitch, but I hate it at the same time. platform that has no infrastructure for their creators to grow, first of all, we really shouldn't be expecting a lot. Like, to be fair, we shouldn't be expecting a lot. To be fair, like they don't have any infrastructure for us to grow. Like it's just how it is. Like you have to go everywhere else to do it. So like, why would we expect that for like, you know, your Black creators? And that, sometimes I think that's the question, and I think that people need to get into their heads is that Twitch isn't really here for you to grow. Like you have to do it elsewhere. Like everyone we've mentioned, you need to do it. It sucks. As I said, if you guys don't know 2016 Twitch, that was a different time. You could have grown on this platform because there weren't that many streamers. That is not here now. So I just wanted to say that, Trip, you hit on a great point. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like they do need to hire more, but like one of the things I will say, if you pay attention to Pride Month and if you pay attention to Black History Month, the two are not the same. No, I will say that. And that's because they probably have the representation needed to make sure that that happens. Yes. And like even from the emotes and everything, like there's so many emotes that somebody probably could have told you for Black History Month. They could have literally just gone through the carousel of all the Hotep emotes and like used those for Black History Month. People would have loved it.
Facts. Yo, I would have been spamming those. Facts.
So that's all I have to say. Go ahead.
I know there's another topic. However, I had a question in chat. Well, is it Twitch's responsibility to put us on or ours? And I know you kind of touched on that, Negus. Yeah, I know you touched on that. You said it's 100% ours. I am on the opposite side of it.
No. I'm with you.
Oh, okay. No.
What the hell type of company is this?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
What do you mean that you literally can't just steal TikTok shit and use it for fucking clips? Bro, what the fuck do you mean?
Yes.
Bro, how haven't you made a video fucking platform on this damn site yet? There's so much content on here. How? People will mindlessly scroll on your fucking website.
Yes.
I'm done.
Yes. I love Negus Rage. I love it.
Like, but he's spitting facts though. It's like, yo.
Yeah, facts.
Why Twitch? Literally from a business standpoint. I'm not even talking about personal, you know what I'm saying, creator pipeline or whatever. Business standpoint. You have a whole user base on this app. Mm-hmm. If you know, say theoretically, you don't get you put on, you know, say a bunch of new creators who you're not charging a fortune for, you know what I'm saying, like with these giant contracts and stuff like that, who are clearly taking up probably a higher percentage of your time and what an investment, blah blah blah. If you build up creators naturally within the app, that just brings more money back into your platform because they're bringing
more
new audiences,
spins, bro. Come on,
of actual people that aren't even privy. I can tell you, generally in the Black like community or whatever, like a good like 40% of us know about Twitch. Like 40 to 35 or some shit like that. There's people who don't even know what Twitch is. Probably younger generation is higher now because they're more savvy with tech. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not as prevalent. If you see, okay, we're promoting this, and this, and then they're telling their people about, oh yeah, we on this Twitch platform. You're bringing new eyes to the platform. That brings more potential money you're bringing to the platform through ads, through subs, all that bits, all this shit. And that means that's more money in your pocket at the end of the day, so you actually become profitable and Jeff Bezos not smacking you on the fucking ass. Like, there's literal easy solutions for this. It should be on Twitch to do whatever they can to grow as a platform. And this is a prime example of how you can do that. Invest in your creators. But they don't want to do it.
What a concept.
And the crazy thing about it is, because like you got like, they say like, the question was like saying, watch a Twitch push you instead of you pushing yourself or something like that?
Essentially, yeah. So who is it on so that we pop off? Is it Twitch or is it us?
Because I mean, you can take it and say like, because you stream, you post content, you have clips, but if you look at the number of the clips, those don't get pushed. You know what I mean?
Right.
You look at the clips at the end of your clips; those get pushed clearly. You know what I mean? You never see those without either 100 or 30
XQC,
XQC. Some random girl in a tub. It's all kind of crazy shit that get pushed after your clips. You don't see nobody who look like you that get pushed. You don't see nobody who's in the same.
Bro, wait. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely fucking right. I just thought about that. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
It's their job because we
just thought about content, that.
But they're not pushing nothing. They're not pushing either somebody who's people of color. They're not pushing somebody who's of color. They, like of not color, like they're not pushing a white person stuff in there that's like small or in our pool. They're not pushing people of color in that pool. They're only pushing people that's in that top percent in that pool. They should be pushing everybody.
You also got to remember is like if me and you started a business and I was taking 50% of the profits and all I was doing for you is putting your videos on a hard drive and then deleting it after 2 weeks, would you really be giving me 50% of this of the profits? You probably wouldn't, because you would need it to market your shit. So like if you're taking
talking spicy,
if you're taking 50%, listen, this is why one of the main reasons I unaffiliated. It's like, what are you using my 50% on? Like what, the servers and shit? Because every time I go on Twitch, every other week, somebody's like, yo, why is Twitch being ass? The other day I was in Savage's stream and I couldn't type because my shit was being ass. So I was like, what the fuck's going on here? You're taking 50% of my profits, and I gotta market, I gotta bring the emails, I gotta bring the people, I gotta circulate the shit. My man, like, what's going on over here?
But we got the platform.
Yo, but I'll allow you 5 emotes. Bring them bitches. I'll let you put them in my chat. Like, I'm good.
So, I mean, I feel like we all have some very interesting things to say. I will say that
we're mad.
Twitch, please just give us a survey after and let us, like, express ourselves about how we felt about it, like, in all honesty.
Listen to them.
Facts. Like, please just like at least say it, like, whoever it is, if anybody knows of it, if there is one. I'm always about, like, making sure that at least putting my actions with, like, trying to do something. Like, that's really it. So we're gonna move on. I have another question for all of you guys that like to, help out these nasty ass brands during this month and keep adding me. I hate all of you. All of you. Stop adding me. They're not gonna hit me up. None of them hit me up once. All right. So how do you guys feel about brands, brand engagement farming off of Black creators? How do you guys feel? Stop fucking adding me.
Like, low key, not gonna lie, I think that should be annoying because I'm like, bro, I know they kind of like farming engagement. Low key.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I did it once. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Go for it.
I did it once, and that was because a friend highly recommended it because it was something that worked. I did it once, but like in reality, I just feel like you can tell like a lot of shit just be like very engagement farming. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to drop like 10 subs and everybody think, yo, drop some links. Next thing you know, 90 days later, they update their media kit. Hey, that percentage went up. I see shit like that, and I'm just like, it's kind of annoying.
I be thinking about it when I see people post like them, like those bait worthy ass like tweets, and I'll be like, yo, this intern did not hit this quota this month, yo. He's gotta get these numbers up. And it's funny because like, so I recently had a thing where like I had a stream. I'm not naming names. There was a streamer who did that. They were like, yo, drop your links at whoever you think. I got added in one of them, John. Followed the streamer. They followed me back. And I remember the other day I was scrolling through shit and I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah's here. I went to their page and that shit was like, they don't follow you anymore. And I'm not taking that shit to the heart whatsoever. But if you tell me, now I want to support you, I'm going to follow you and help you boost your numbers. And then you unfollow me, because if you don't want to see my content, that's fine. But if you tell me I'm here to support you, the follow is the laziest and easiest way to support anybody. It is just one number. Yeah. You can, if you want to follow somebody and then just mute their shit, you don't ever have to see them, but you're still supporting them at the end of the day. That's what I do. Yeah. So like, if you go to unfollow me, I'm not saying we got beef, but don't expect that me and you, that I'm gonna be like looking out for you because you told me I want to support you and then you unsupported me. So unless you're pulling up to the stream or you're pulling up to the YouTube or whatever, it just looks weird for not only companies, for streamers, for everybody. If you're about this action, if you say, show me people to follow to watch, you best pull up, bro, because you're a liar if you don't.
Yeah. Thanks. So on the engagement farming, we all know what it is. And Wynn touched on that very, very eloquently. Yeah. We all know what it is, but at the same time, we're all in the game of engagement. So like, why not eat off of it? Don't get me wrong. I hate when people tag me because I just mute the conversation. I'll say thank you, and then I'll mute the conversation
right away.
Immediately mute it.
Come on, son.
I have to tag people.
Let me. No, not you. Let me just say. Trip knows. Thank you for catching that. But yo, bro, let me just say this. This is how it feels. Like, I'm not talking about like people that do it. I'm more talking about the brands. Like,
no. I get you. I get you.
Like, how it feels is like, hello, monkey. Show me your favorite streamers this month.
No, literally. Like, that gets muted immediately.
Bro,
but
that's
it's
what
like,
it feels like.
No, because that's what it is, though. But at the same time, it's like, all right, now I got to tag however many people, 15 people, so that I can get my engagement and my 15 thank yous. So like, oh, thanks for the shout out, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. But on the off chance that this provides some sort of opportunity, I feel like, fuck, I'm trapped because I have to engage with it.
Yeah.
Because I want, let's say Logitech does some shit. I want to work for Logitech. I love their peripherals. I got a fucking mic. I got their fucking camera. I got their fucking keyboard. I love Logitech peripherals.
Can I ask?
So it's like,
Charles, I know you've been in a lot of people's recommended. How many brands hit you up, Charles?
not one.
Cray?
Actually, once I got a code for Knockout City back in the day. I actually got a code.
Settle.
When?
I'm like, I don't even think I get followers off this shit.
When? Okay, Mac.
I got 3.
Three what?
Big ball over here.
Ira Media Beacon and EA.
Oh, I want y'all to look at this. Out of the 6 of us, 1 person got hit up. Thank you. And that's probably even worse.
But my thing is, like, you never know what could happen. That's the only thing I'm saying. As far as like, you want to grow content, you want to work with somebody, you kind of like if you're up and coming streamer, it's a trap. And sometimes it's like, fuck, kind of have to because like, if this goes somewhere, it could work, but more than likely it's not.
Any of these people like follows.
They're not.
Like, to be honest with you, like I can understand. Like, okay, let me just say this. Like, to be honest, like I'll be real with you. Elgato, Logitech has hit people up. Like they definitely have. Xset, with like K-Dot and a few other people. So they have. Like, I'm not saying that, but like there's even some points where I'm getting random ads from random esports talking about like, we are here to highlight this streamer, and I'm just like, bro, you've never even checked out a stream of mine.
Oh,
like,
wait, I have gotten those. I have gotten the esports ones. I've gotten those.
What are we doing here?
It'll be some stupid clip. Oh my god.
What are we doing here? Like, for real, what are we doing?
What are we talking about?
Like, no, I'm for real. Like, so that's, yeah. Anybody else?
I'm just like, I've seen the worst of it in observation. I'm like, at first, I'm like, again, I'm a pup, in terms of age and tenure. So I'm like, oh, that's so nice. People added me. That's so sweet.
You be like,
I'm add some people back. I'm a throw it out.
Bro, yes. That gets muted.
A couple grumpy rants from niggas later. I'm like, yo, he's right though. The engagement, this shit kind of crazy. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm seeing, I peeped the vision behind it now. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, it's just, they playing with people's emotions for real. It's like, yo, they really want to like just drop. Oh yeah, drop all these names of people you like. We might watch them. We're not gonna, but yeah, you can drop them anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then people go for it because they want to be in contact with these brands. It's like, the wild aspirations of content creators. You know what I'm saying? I guess brands are taking advantage of that to some respect and then just dropping all that stuff to boost their numbers and shit. It's messed up. It is messed up. You know what I'm saying? I had to unfollow an account because they was doing some real rough engagement like every single day. And I was like, bro, every time I see you, y'all piss me off, bro. Like, I had to unfollow y'all.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the content creators, by the way, because I've had like people like, at me under the content creator, I'll get a bunch of follows from that. I'm just talking about from the brands that like have the capacity, like, to change somebody's streaming, like,
and they don't
like at all.
Mm-hmm. Even like popping into
a new addition on the team.
You know what I'm saying?
Never add a new nigga. Like
even popping up to talk to me. Like, if they would have showed up and I'm like, they see I only got like 3 on Twitch or whatever, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I got 3, but I also got like 5 on YouTube. I dual stream, or even just to have that conversation, just being personal about it would be cool. But like, don't be like, yo, tell me who we should watch, and they're like, when easy, and they're like, no. And then they go on about their day. Like, that's just like, all right, cool, bro. Like, don't tag me, I guess. I'll let them hit me up.
Yeah.
Fair, man. Fair. It's just been nasty a little bit. I feel like it's been getting like more and more and more. It's like, and it's like, it's just like, in comparison to like real world, where like you see everybody's just like, yo, black pride, like we love you guys.
You know, changing the logos to everything.
The logos, like
it's nasty,
you know,
I understand.
It's like what's nasty about it is like Xbox changing their logos, talking about like, you know, Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and like Black Pride, and I'm just like, and you see they're like, well, this is why I play PS5, and I'll never play your console again, and it's just like, bro, like it's nasty. It's nasty. Like you have the NFL like talking about like, you know, stop racism, but like the first day of the month, like they had their issues. So like these companies are nasty, and like just these gaming companies, like a lot of the times, like to be real, you can tell that they don't have black people on their staff. Like I'll be very honest with you. And like just in general, like if they did, I feel like a lot more opportunities would come out of it. Hopefully people will put more people on, and that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah,
so
and the ones that are hired, because you know they just hired Shorty from Facebook for the for
I hope that brings change.
Yeah, I forgot what she hired it for, but however, those people are probably getting voted for whatever they want to do, or like veto for the shit they want to do.
True.
So it's not only, you know, just hiring them because it's a good look, but following through with the ideas of the people that you're hiring. So that's what I'm gonna say on that.
All right. All right. So we're gonna go on
long road, but
yeah, it's a very long road. So we're gonna move on. Just wanted to ask you guys about that. Like, I don't know. Personally, for me, it kind of rubs me the wrong way just a little bit, but that's me. I'm a grumpy old man. I'm the Grinch. I hate everything. So we're gonna move on. I know you guys saw Valkyrie's tweet about telling her fans not to quit their jobs, trying to make it into streaming. How do you guys feel?
She was right. She was right.
She kind of spin.
She spit it.
What? You guys aren't trying to spend like $2,000 on a gaming PC, another $1,000 on a Go XLR, like, you know, and the mic, the Shure mic, and then like quit your job to become a streamer?
Man, I'm saying if you're in the right situation to do that, I say, you know, you do what you do, rock out, it's your world. But if like you really can't, like you got a car, you got a house, you got to do and stuff like that, you know, I advise don't do that. You know what I mean?
I would say the best advice you could like think about is just like, you didn't make it until you made it. So like, don't think of it as like, no. I think because like I've been told by a lot of people before I even started content creating, like, oh, you're funny, you should do streaming or whatever the fuck. And I didn't think, I was like, I don't want to put all this time and effort into something that I'm not going to get anything out of, because at the end of the day, you gotta eat food. Like, you could clip all the shit you want. That's just what am I supposed to do? Put ketchup on clips? Like, it's not gonna work. Like, you gotta eat. No, like you gotta eat. So it's like, when you think about it, like, as much as I would love to like just be like, hey, you know what? I'm a DoorDash just to hit the bare minimum of my bills, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna run this content hard until like I am unemployed right now, and I stopped doing YouTube videos on my YouTube channel, which I've been trying to grow, because I need that time to job search. Like I can't afford not to do that. And as much as I would love to grow the YouTube, because it's my favorite thing to do, at the end of the day, these loans is coming up. So I gotta pay these bitches back. Joey ain't helping your boy out. So I gotta hit their money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on Indeed more, I'm on LinkedIn more than I'm on Twitter at this point. So it's like, that's the decision I had to make. Would I love to quit this shit and go full time one day? If when I'm working on my YouTube videos and Twitch videos and I'm doing all this shit and I'm satisfied doing it and I'm like, I could do this day in, day out. Yes, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people who are streaming shouldn't be streaming. A lot of the popular streamers, some of the popular streamers too, they shouldn't be in front of a camera ever in their life, because they made it, they got lucky, and now they're doing this thing, and they're just horrible people to their core. Not naming names, but they got this platform, and now this is how they eat, and they can't escape. And you could tell the streamers who would love to not stream anymore, because this shit wears on you. And her being like, you shouldn't quit your day job to stream, abso-fucking-lutely. Unless you're doing this shit full time now while you're working your job and you're making enough money or you're secure enough to do it, then go by all means. You shouldn't even be listening to us. You're basically a full-time streamer as it is. But like, if you just started playing fucking Apex and you're like, I could play this shit for 12 hours a day, I'm gonna make money doing this shit, ain't nobody watching your ass, bro. Unless you already made it, then that's when you can say you made it or you can make it.
Right.
Bro. I was working at Best Buy. Best Buy, the tech store, Best Buy, and I still couldn't afford half the shit that I wanted for stream with my fucking paycheck and my discount. Do not fucking quit your day job to think you're going to be a full-time streamer and you don't know how to use OBS. You're still new to Streamlabs. You don't know what a fucking Prime sub is. Do not quit your day job, please. I am begging you. Do not do that.
Oh, so this is for like people who are just starting streaming?
Yeah.
Just
Like,
I thought it was just like, for just starting streaming? Oh, hell no. Oh, no. I mean, unless you got like that, not even unless, but a lot of people, when they just get into streaming or they just like go get their first piece of equipment and feel like they can do it, that ain't nothing. You got to have that mentality. If you don't I got to get it, I got to have it mentality, you gonna fall right off.
Bro. People think it's just on here playing games, and that's literally it. Nah.
Yeah, nah.
Exactly. You gotta put yourself in a situation so you gonna want that shit. You know what I mean? You gonna have, if you don't put yourself in a situation where you want it and you need it, you're gonna lose. The next person gonna eat off that plate.
Who was here on like 2016 on streaming? Like, I know Mac was. Anybody else?
Actually,
that's why I was like learning when I had a PlayStation.
I wasn't streaming in 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't serious.
Mac can tell you probably 2016 was like the gold rush of like streaming. Like, a lot of people, because of Ninja and what Ninja did, like all the barriers he broke. 2016 was like the gold rush. Everybody's like, yo, so streaming is the new way to make money. Like, you had so many people just like either trying to quit their job, starting to trust. They're like, yo, I play video games. I'm gonna stream. And like, I knew so many people that were like absolutely devastated. They were just like, yo, I'm trying to make this work. It's not working. The best I got to is like, maybe like 30 people watch me. I get a couple of subs, like, and it is so unrealistic to be only a streamer in this space and like trying to quit to be a streamer, because to be realistic, like a lot of us won't make it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that. Like, my goal isn't to be, even personally, this is me talking personally, my goal isn't to be the most popular streamer. My goal is to make like at least a sustainable living off it, to pay my loans off. That's my thought process with it. I want to like, even to a point where like, I want to get to a point where YouTube is making me like ad revenue and stuff like that. Like, I don't look at this to be like the most popular person on the face of the planet. I want a job. Like, I want to get into the industry. That's what I want.
Right.
Like, that's personal. Go ahead.
I got a question. How many of y'all are getting hit up by people from high school randomly asking to get put on for streaming?
Oh yeah,
many,
bro.
Many.
I pray to the Lord. I don't get to that point.
Have y'all got it in yet? Bro, I got niggas from high school. Hey, yo, Charles, how you do this shit, bro? I see you eating. I'm not eating. I haven't gotten a fucking pound in 2 months. I'm not eating.
It's gotten to the point where I have like in my notes, I have a pre-written like paragraph that I tell them, because it's always the same shit. It's all because I tell everybody the same shit. If you ask me, hey, should I get into streaming? I'll tell you, you got a PlayStation, start on that shit, stream on that shit, then work your way forward. And if they ask like, all right, but I want to get like all. Everybody loves to start out with all the fucking equipment. I want to get all the equipment like you. I want to get my
PC, dog. They want the full PC.
I'm like, bro, my camera costs more than your PlayStation. Like, you don't want the full setup. You don't, because this shit is expensive. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. If I can't say, yo, start streaming on your PlayStation or whatever, or like I want to stream. The worst fucking thing to hear from people. I want to stream, but I don't want nobody to show up. Pussy, nobody's gonna show up. I'm not even gonna fucking show up. Send me the link. I'm not showing up to the first one. I have shit to do myself. You gotta be able to talk to yourself. This is the job. If you don't talk to yourself, you're not gonna be able to do this shit, because I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Bro. My first year, I posted them links on all the bitches that y'all seen. Y'all seen them links when I started out, and you didn't show up to my shit neither. So why the fuck would I show up to your shit? I got people expecting shit out of me, bro. So you need to be able to walk your ass. You need to walk that mile by yourself before I can give you a ride in my car. I'll play games with you, sure, bro, but don't expect me to, like, if we play games, or if you say, wow, you didn't like or share my shit, I won't. I'll continue to do that. I did it the first time. I can do it again.
Bro, that's real, actually, go ahead, Trip.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, that's real. Like, bringing up the topic of what you're saying, like, a lot of people don't realize. So, like, I'm a lot more, like, there's a method to, like, everything that I do. Like, I'm crazy. I'm insane. like when it comes to like the Splatoon category of how I wanted to grow as a streamer, I wanted to be a streamer, as I said, to like do more. My goal was initially like trying to do more for Splatoon, this, that, and the other, right? So like when people ask me like, yo, how did you grow on Twitch? And I'm like, bro, you don't want to know like the things that I used to do. Like I used to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. I did not buy my first webcam, and like the streamer, people used to ask me, they were like, yo, like how much did you put into streaming? I bought a PC for Overwatch. I didn't buy a PC for streaming. And I still have the same PC that I have from 2015 that I've been using for forever. I just have built upgrades. I like PCs were super cheap back then to make like super like well built PCs. So like personally, I used to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning when nobody was on. I started looking at every damn person's schedule of people that like, you know, are in the same category as me. Like I won't say that they're all competition. Like it's just people that like, you know, they get
just the way it is. The competition.
It's the way it goes. The ways it goes. So like I was like, yo, nobody streams at 5 a.m. I'm up at 5 a.m. So like 2 hours before work, and I'm not joking, at 5 a.m. I would get off at around 7 because my job was only like 10 minutes away, and then get ready to go to work. And that's when I would stream. I started writing down, I was like, yo, dude streams here. All right, cool. Like he's a wild card. All right, let me figure out when he's going to be streaming, when he hits live. I know when. This person, they stream at this time. Cool. This is how I can avoid them. This is how I can get better. Let me watch Tim the Tatman. And then once I started garnering a following, I was like, yo, all right, cool. Like what, like how many subs we get to see, like, you know, if I want to get a mic even. I bought a headset and I was just like, all right, cool. I'm going to go with that. Then it was, yo, people wanted me to use a face cam. All right, cool. How many subs do I need to get a face cam?
Yeah.
And that was me. But the barrier to entry now is completely different than it was before. So I'll be honest with that. Yeah.
And just to speak on this generally, bro, it's like, yo, like it just comes down to mentality and honesty. Like again, from the outside in, this looks the dream. It's the absolute dream. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You're on here, you're playing games, you're not really engaging in backbreaking manual labor or something else for how many whatever hours a day you want. You get paid out from it, and it's the life, of course.
Yeah,
right. But they don't see the absolute like randomness of variables and the actual like confounding factors of work that people put in to get in the positions that they're at.
Yes.
For a lot of the people that are at the top now, it took a combination of hard work, luck, and just time spent on the platform longer than anybody else to actually be in the spot that they are. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to put that out there directly, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like that plays a lot of a factor as well. So it's like they don't see that. They just see, oh, cool, they can stream, so I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, my situation was, yo, I want to stream. Like from 14, I wanted to stream. But I knew, I was like, yo, I'm not in the right situation right now. Like, I don't think I'd be ready for it. And in that sense, I'm like, yo, I kind of pump fake myself a little bit, but I was being honest. I was like, yo, I want to, you know, do this thing. I want to get into, you know, college, do my thing, try and get a good paying job and sustain myself so I know I can do this like on my own and make its own thing and make it big.
Yeah.
But I knew from certain things, I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, buy my time and wait a little bit till the, you know, I guess the right opportunity. And sometimes, of course, there isn't any perfect opportunity. You just gotta jump in. And at some point, I decided to just jump in.
Right.
But there's some people who blindly go in, you know what I'm saying? They get the whole get up, the whole setup, top to bottom. They come in with no like plan or no self-belief, and they just come in, play games, again, do the whole TG, just sit there with no voice, you know what I'm saying? And no entertainment factor or nothing, expecting the world. And that's where you go wrong fast. That's where you go wrong fast, bro. It's like, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to garner a thing. Just again, to speak to Wen's point, for me, I started officially like going May 2020. People don't even know, like I've been at this for almost 2 years. Yeah. Like people might think I'm on my first. No, I've been streaming straight for like, you know what I'm saying, on and off for like since May 2020, consistently since like last year. But that first year, you like, yo, you got to just keep going. You guys keep going. Like, you got to believe in yourself. Like, yo, like I talk to my boy, Carlos, like my roommate from college. He was like, yo, bro, you know, it's just, you got to keep going. Cause like, not nobody gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna, you coming in at the lowest level. You're a nobody, bro. And you got to build that shit up in yourself day by day, the confidence in yourself to keep making content, to syndicate that, to put it on other platforms, to network, to talk to other people, and just believe in yourself to show that you're an entertaining personality on this platform. it's a grind. It's a brick by brick process. What was it? Who was it? Will Smith? It was like, yo, Will Smith was talking about it. He was like, oh yeah, success is a lonely journey. Success is a lonely journey because nobody's gonna believe it except for you. And if you don't believe it, why the hell should they? So it is up to you. The onus is on you to make it happen. Now, for people that think it's easy on the outside, they need to understand the perspective and the actual, the mentality that you have to have going into this. You're coming in at a net loss. You're coming in like, yo, you're going to have to invest in this stuff a little bit to make it work, to make it turn around. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you have to believe in and put into this shit to make it happen. And nobody's going to see it. Again, for me, this first year, I dropped my first YouTube video, again, like sometime 2 years ago. I love that video to death. It's my first video. And I think it's a lot more entertaining than a lot of these motherfucking streamers out here. Still do. But I think it's the worst video ever, in my opinion, because I know it's not where I want to end up. That first video was like, it's trash to me still. Because I'm like, yo, I know I can do so much better than this, but I still believe that, yo, one day I'm going to make this work. By hook or by crook, come hella high water, I'm going to make it happen. But I know within my situation, within my feasibility, within my, within the realm of possibilities, I can make it work. I can tweak something. But people just come in with the notion that, yo, if I just do this, sit down and talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, or about to say, like, sit on this game, play Apex for like 12 hours a day and then get off and do nothing else. Maybe life will just work out. Maybe they'll just, fall into my lap or whatever. It's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. You have to put in work, bro. You have to find a way to make something happen. Whether it's staying up at 5 a.m. and finding out clips, or are you reacting to different streams? You know what I'm saying? You like taking a whole like look at market trends. You know what I'm saying? Being real analytical about things, and sometimes that's not even enough. Networking beyond that stuff, like the game is rough. The game's the game, and it's rough, bro. Yeah, bro. But you gotta believe you can break that duck and break the system to get in. That's why I'm still doing this. That's why I am, because I'm like, one, I love this shit. Two, I know I believe in myself. I can be one of the most entertaining people you've ever seen on this app, any app, YouTube, Twitch, blah blah blah, this, that, the third. But it just takes. You gotta keep going because the elements are against you. It's like man versus wild, bro. A lot of these elements are against you. You know what I'm saying, in a lot of different places. So it's up to you to make sure that it's going to be an uphill battle. It's not going to be all peaches and rainbows and raids and hype trains all the time, level 5s off rip. Nobody going to like you. Nobody going to know you. So it's going to take your effort day by day to make it happen to where people notice you, then people engage with you, then people like you, and then people support you. That's the whole step process. And it's just a grind. It's a grind, man. And this is just me talking from like a 1 year consistency in the game. Like, I know it is. And from watching people from over the years, but it's about perspective. And that's what a lot of people lack. So Valkyrie's been spitting facts. Spitting facts. Do not quit your day job for this. Because a lot of y'all haven't even thought it through fully. Bro. And if you thought it through fully, half y'all wouldn't even be saying those things you're talking about. As a matter of fact, 80% of y'all would not. I know for me in my path, right now I got my full-time job and I'm taking that because it's a good job and I'm going to ride that. I have a career, a career outside of this, but I know at some point I'm going to make that transition to where I have enough base in my career to sustain the opportunity that I might have doing my passion, doing this stuff. For me, my personal situation, I know one day that's going to come to a head. And I'll make that transition happen. I'll make it happen to where I'm in the spot where I can be on, TV spots and hosting events and doing all this other stuff. I know what's going to happen. But for now, I'm staying in my pocket and making the improvements I can within my realm of possibility. You got to live within your means and do what you can. You can't just throw everything to the wind and just, turn on Fortnite and expect you 1,000 view streamer off rip. Yeah. That's not the game, bro. That's not it.
Let me throw in one thing of what you're saying. Like, in all honesty, I'll tell anybody that like having a job with it's hard. I won't act like it as having a 9 to 5 while doing content is hard, but if you have the capacity, it can make content creation easier. So much because easier. All the money that you make from Twitch should just go back into your content creation if you have the capacity to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people ask, like, what do you do? I throw it right back into events. I throw it right back into like buying things for stream. Bro, that is all I use it for. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. So, yeah.
I want to ask so I'll say this, like, because Trip made a point. You start this behind the 8 ball. How much money have y'all put into y'all streams, and how long have you been streaming? I'll go first. I'll say I'll be streaming pretty much consistently for about 2 years. I'll say that. And I think personally, I'm probably like $3K on streaming. So like 2 computers, one went bad. monitors, cams, lighting, peripherals. I'll say about 3K total.
For me, my camera was 1,500.
Goddamn.
Computer. Yeah, I bought it for filmmaking too, but it's mostly content creation, so that's what I'm using it.
Yeah.
1,500 for the camera. Let's see what we got. Let's say 2,500 for the computer.
That doesn't even count games.
Yeah, no, I'm not even. That's what I was about to say. That's what I said. You said 3K. I was like, so every game that I've played outside of like Dead No Head and like a code here or there for a beta. Like Monday will actually be the first actual full release game that I've gotten as like a code because I was a content creator. Like that'll be the first no giveaway. Like they sent me the code off my numbers, which was like, it's crazy to me. I've been buying every single new release I buy. And if you're a new content creator, get Xbox Game Pass. Don't fucking break your wallet because all these games are $60 plus. And if you wanna get a game, if you want to build off of a game, if you want your community to grow off of a game, you got to get it within the first 2 weeks. Because if not, the people who they watch, the people who want to see the game have already seen the game beaten. So it's your loss. Or you get those people, if you get a game way too late, you get those people who jump into your chat and they're trying to like micromanage you because all they watch is that game. And that's the last kind of people you want to include in your community. So it's like, with me, I want to say at least 5K, and it's still climbing. Like a lot of the shit, like because every game that I play, I make it into content. So I put it on. Like if I put it in my taxes, which I gotta figure out at some point in my life. But I would say I'm about 5K deep in this hobby because that's really what it is for me right now. Is a hobby. It's not even a part time.
Bro, yeah, that's where I would be if I count like a new camera. But I don't have a new camera. I just have a webcam. So if I had a camera, I'd be there too. And that doesn't even count games.
Yeah.
My God. Oh.
So are we talking about like what, like, actual money, like, your money or
your money? How much of your money have you put into your stream?
Not like Twitch money, like
no. Your personal money that you put into stream.
Y'all gonna hate me.
Go crazy, King. Go, let us know.
$20. I found this shit in the bag of
Y'all gonna hate me for real. I didn't buy my PC for streaming. First of all, I bought it because I wanted to play Overwatch. I saw what's her name? The bunny girl.
Diva? Bunny?
Diva. Saw her. I was like, yo, I need to play Overwatch. This game looks absolutely fire. Wanted it. So let me just explain something. I can't even say that. The camera was bought by my stream. I will not lie to you. I've been in a different situation than most. Like I put a lot of hard work into streaming. So for me, one, I'm playing a fucking game on stream unless you guys are like, unless my chat is like, and they know. Like I legitimately, it is, you want me to play that game? Donate it. And they do. And I play it on stream. I'm dead ass. Like I'm not being, what's it called? Like luckily, like I did the charity stream. One of my viewers asked me, they were like, yo, like, what are you looking to like, get to like upgrade your stream? I was like, yo, go XLR. They threw me the money for it. Thank God. Like I'm very happy for what my stream has done for me. I will say one of these things. Like I wanted to upgrade this mic. They were like, yo, we love your voice, this, that, and the other. I was like, yo, I'll put a goal for it. That's how I hit it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't believe, like, personally, do what you're going to do. I'm cheap as fuck. Like I like the only time I'm not cheap is for things that like I can't do. Thumbnails. I pay for somebody to do that for me because I'm not the greatest.
That's another thing.
I started learning how to do them myself so I don't have to pay as much, but frugal. So I am one of those people that like I don't feel like I need like a whole bunch of stuff to make streaming great. I bought those posters because I wanted them. This isn't for stream. I bought those posters because I wanted them. I went in like, yo, my room is as dry as can be. I'm not like, you are here to like genuinely, obviously Splatoon, they are here to watch me. But when it comes down to it, I think the only thing I bought was this piece of garbage right here. This thing that's collecting dust. I don't use it.
The stream deck.
It literally, that's the only thing that I will look and say that I have actually come out and bought for stream because like personally, as I said, if you have the ability to do it, you should grow along your stream, in my opinion. if you want to go out and do those things, I will never come at somebody for doing it. But I'm somebody that like, if I only have 5 subs, why do I have a Shure mic? Like, and that's me. That's me.
Yo, that's facts though. It's who was it? It was Black, a part of the game Illuminati. He literally said it best. This dude, he was like, "Yo, why are you a level 5 mage and you have level 50 armor? It doesn't match, bro. When you get out into the field, you're gonna get murked because you don't know how to use the stuff you got. So why are you a level 50 warrior with level 50 armor? It makes no sense. There's a discrepancy, bro. It doesn't make no sense.
This Elgato Wave mic, I literally spent 5 straight hours getting the audio right, and it's still not right.
Don't ask me about my Go XLR. I don't know how that shit works.
It's easy. You can actually ask them, by the way.
No, I don't. I'm figuring it out. We're getting there. The other day, I remembered I have a soundboard. It was crazy.
No shade to anybody, by the way. This is just my like mindset, like personally. Like I'm a very like, you know, even to the point like my wife has to like I've changed up. Like I used to buy J's like crazy. Like I was one of those guys. Like I was one of those guys. Like you see me at a sneaker release, whatever. But like one of the things that I've realized, and I've started watching more as I watch more streamers, if you are entertaining, people will watch you. I had a $20 mic. I had a headset where I was just talking and people were like, yo, you sound good, this, that, and the other. And that's what I use to like, you know, get there. I really believe that you should work on your content before you work on the environment that's around you, because your content is what's going to keep people to stay.
Yeah.
So
if you have to get into your hardware, audio visual, good quality, better than good video.
Yeah.
I'll just say that right now.
Yeah. I'll agree with you.
But Trey, I see some panels in the back, bro. How much those cost?
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Trey getting called out all this podcast.
So, all right, how I think about like a lot of tech things is like before I ever started like streaming, gaming, whatever, I was really obsessed with like gaming setup stuff because I want to get into like kind of like tech stuff eventually because like I'm very like it's kind of like shoes for me, like how people wait in lines for like $500 shoes. Like I don't really find a point in that for me, but I love like buying mouses and learning about keyboards and shit like that. So reasonably, my setup, I'm gonna be real, my setup is probably a smooth like 10,000. I'm gonna be real, it probably is. All right, but it was over time though. It was just like,
what are you rocking?
Okay, so I eventually I switch my old PC because I have a dual PC setup.
Okay, dual PC.
All right, I had a shitty PC, and like over time while working, I like upgraded it, and then I'm like, oh, I can have a dual PC setup. And when I see these things, it's hard for me to just like not go through with it. So I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't recommend anybody do this, but I'm very irresponsible. So realistically, don't listen to me. All right, this chair I got out of like the respawn challenge, and this table, but I went through a couple desks. This camera probably the Smooth 800.
Okay.
2 key lights, 3 monitors, Go XLR, Shure SM7B, and it's like for me, it's more of like if I'm using it every day, I don't really mind. You definitely don't need it. I wouldn't be like, yo, if you want to stream, bro, yo, get this. I'm not gonna say that, but it's just like for me, if it's something I use every day, I'm cool with it. And it's like it's definitely a lot of stuff that like
there's a difference. I agree with you. With you, Craig.
100%.
You know why? Because I look at your content on YouTube and you do a great like if you guys don't know, Craig is actually an amazing editor. He needs to do more, and I've tried to tell him this, but like I know that you go through things, so I understand it, but like somebody like him where he uses everything that's around him. So like for Cray, I understand why he has like a Shure mic. I get it. I can look at Cray's content and be like, damn, Cray has content that if he, you know, just puts more time and like throws more stuff out there, he can really get more stuff out there. There's one dude in our community, right? Like one dude, like he started editing a few of my videos and stuff like that. If I could send this dude a gaming PC, his name, he's in the chat actually, just by like, you know, Just Champ, right? If I could send him something where he can edit better, that dude right there, I promise you will take over YouTube for the Splatoon section. 110%. And I agree that there are some people, if they can just get their hands on certain things, like I honestly, if you haven't seen Craig's content, like, you know, even though he does some interesting, I know you like James Charles. It's all good, man.
Bro, that was like 2 years ago. That was
the internet never forgets, baby.
I'm pretty sure you did it twice.
Classic.
That was like
Pretty sure you did it twice.
Bro, that was like
Pretty sure you did it
you know,
twice, bro.
Hey,
Look,
Two times is a habit.
Roll
Two
the
times is a
clip.
habit, dog.
Anybody else? Sorry.
baby.
bro.
The internet's forever.
Bro, you got baited by James Charles too?
What?
Bro, all right.
Whoa, what you mean, too?
See, this was before
Hey, yo.
the things. I made like, you know, I make some raunchy jokes. Not gonna lie, I like making raunchy
Tough.
jokes. I say anything. If you came by, you'll notice everybody says anything. It's not just me. My chat's worse.
I'm
Be
very
real.
wholesome. I've never said
It's
anything.
worse.
Your shit.
I'm real.
Exactly. This is your community,
Yeah,
nigga.
exactly. So it's
He
like,
does
you know,
condone it, but he makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I will never come at somebody. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just in general, like I feel like it's something I use every day. It's cool, and it was
Yeah.
definitely a lot of the stuff. Like mostly a lot of like the stream shit I made, like say with subs or payout or anything, it went back into this plus me.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I know eventually I'm almost to a point where like my other socials are gonna be more lucrative. So it's like, all right, I justify buying this. But if you're like early in the game, no, don't do it.
Unless you
Don't
have
do
like,
it.
unless you have a vision of what you need this equipment for,
Yes.
like
Yes.
I wanted to go
Yes.
XLR for my own reasons. I like being able to control my audio without having to go through the settings and all that bullshit. Like literally, I love the soundboard. I think it's funny as shit. I love my Elgato because I like changing my scenes without having to click in and out of shit, right? So unless you don't have a plan for this shit, like if you just like, I want to be a content creator and you can't do this shit with a headset and a PS4, you can't do this shit, bro. Like if you can't make the shit entertaining, it's just not gonna be entertaining. Like I don't know what to tell you. There's times where my whole setup went down and I was streaming off the PlayStation and we were still vibing. If you can't do that shit, then you don't need to spend money on a hobby that hasn't really proven itself to you. Because I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I'm a broke boy. I ain't make money off of none of this shit. I do this shit for me because I think it's funny and I think it's fun. I do this shit because I want to be able to show people, yo, look at my edits, look at my graphic design. I'm using this to bolster my own shit. That's why I bought this big ass PC to begin with. But when I bought the 2K PC, I'm like, fuck it, bro. Why wouldn't I stream? I got it now. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get into streaming, you should get into streaming right now. Like if you want to go live, you want to just talk to people, you just want to be just chatting, and you got a cell phone, Instagram Live is right there. TikToks are right there. You can do this shit yourself. It's very accessible if all you want to do is stream. But if you want to put real money into this shit, I would recommend you first realize what you need the money for.
Facts. Justify your purchases, man. It's like, I feel like all, you know what I'm saying? Again, just to the point that Wen said, like, yo, I feel like if I just had the PlayStation, nigga, I'm gonna ball out on that, bro. Because I think if I'm really about it until I need to, like, again, to level up and sustain my purchase like that, I'm with the shits. Like I feel like I'm gonna be just as funny in like a PlayStation chat on the stream with no mic, with no camera on, just as I was.
And you can get a cam for like $60 for a PS.
Yeah, nigga, I literally didn't show my face for the first year, and I'm like, I'm still the same person.
Yeah,
like,
I never seen Tripp's face until I met him. After I met him, that's when he got the first face cam. There's a lot of 2K streamers who will bring in big numbers, who are literally playing off the PlayStation with the loud ass fan in the back.
The raunchiest mics that you'll never find.
NBA young boy in the back.
Bro, their mic is outside their window. Like that's their pop filter is their window. They keep that shit outside. They're like, I need a pat. Like, why are you shooting it? Like,
I hate 2K streamers for that reason.
Bro, I can't do it.
They so dusty, but again, they be doing it, bro. They don't care because they go in, bro. They know their audience and they know what they coming for, bro. It's like, if you entertaining, you entertaining, and people gonna come either way, bro. You see TikToks, bro. Like people be making some dusty ass looking TikToks, but it's mad entertaining and funny, so people come in anyways. They make it the same style, the same way every time.
Some phones, I swear, that don't exist anymore, bro. I swear, some of these people make them with flip phones,
bro.
Like,
They making TikToks off the sidekicks, off the side.
Shit, crazy.
Oh my god!
Nah,
bro,
but we do. I don't want to hold you guys. I know we this is a great conversation. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
No, it's really good.
But there is one thing I wanted to talk about is the upcoming, because I believe it was Trip that posted this, and I saw it and I was like, the fact that like YouTube is introducing collaborative live streaming in 2022. and Twitch still has it locked behind a partnership. How do you guys feel about that? When? Because I know you. I know you on YouTube.
Listen. YouTube has been an interesting experience. YouTube is like Twitch was like, yeah, X that you were like, yo, the sex was bomb, but my life was in shambles. We were sleeping in a box mattress, like we were sleeping on the floor. Like that's the type of shit. That's the type of relationship I felt with Twitch, because it's like I'm giving mad money, but I'm not seeing shit. Like I'm doing a lot for you, but I'm not seeing no reciprocation. YouTube is like, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, my G. I work 9 to 5. I'm tired when I get home, but on Saturdays we lit, and I'm like, all right, I see the parameters. I can work around with it. I think it's nutty. I think it's nutty that Twitch has had this big of a fucking lead. The motherfuckers was running before we even knew the race was organized, and they are getting caught up by like YouTube is literally like, yeah, you know what? Let's just start doing stream shit. And then within like 2 months, they got all of the fucking famous Twitch streamers. They got things coming out. So yeah, you know what? I'm excited for the partner stream. You don't know why? Because I hope that the people who want to test out YouTube streaming, if y'all want to do a collab with me, if I know you and I fuck with you, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't fuck with a lot of people, so I gotta fuck with you to do the collab. If y'all want to do a little co-stream with the YouTube, I'm down to try that shit out. Why wouldn't I? It's great that they're giving it to the people, because at the end of the day, the thing that I don't understand about Twitch is that they want to roll this shit out for the partners, for the people that have all these followings and shit. But I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. All the smaller streamers, a lot of my first fans, my first subs, my first viewers were people that I taught how to download the Twitch app and how to make accounts. I made the accounts for people, and I had an average of 5. I had an average of 5 subscribers because it's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like it was my cousin who's like, I want to support you. I want to support you, bro. How do I support you? My brother doesn't watch no video games. My man doesn't do anything. He's in my streams. I brought him to the platform. So why? But instead of like, you know, rewarding me for bringing in new people, new downloads on the app, on the phone app, you're like, yo, Tim the Tap Man, who the people already are watching this shit, let's give him all the cool shit. And I get it. You want to test it out with people, beta testers or whatever. But yo, how long is streaming? The partner streaming shit has been around before I even started streaming, I feel. Like, I think that this shit has been around before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for a minute, yeah.
So why haven't we rolled it out yet? It's like, oh, because we're too busy focused on what exactly? Like, you know, like
partners don't even use it.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, I remember watching a Valorant stream to get the beta key. Like, I remember watching like a squad stream of that, and that was the last time I seen it, to get a beta key for Valorant. That's just been out for I don't know how many seasons now. It's just, it's there. You have the lead, and you're doing the slow jog, and we see everybody in the race is seeing people catch up to you, and that's why motherfuckers like me are just gonna be like, why am I trusting you with this if obviously you don't care as much as everybody else?
Yeah, and I feel like they hold on to the squad streaming as a partner benefit, because it's already bad enough. You got partners out here that's like, all right, what's the point of being partner if, you know, affiliates got these mini emotes now, they got animated emotes now.
I never understand that, bro.
All that emotes now. I mean, like,
fuck emotes. You get transcoding.
Exactly.
That's like one of the biggest things, bro. Like, so to piggyback off of that, when I went on my affiliate grind. So like, I got partner. I want to say about 9 months, right? Like, one of the most dumbest things that I ever thought that they had was the fact that you only had one emote as an affiliate. It's so stupid.
I thought that too.
It's actually stupid. Because like, you would have like, you know, as an affiliate, especially if you're going your partner grind, you would have like upwards of like, you know, 300 like whatever subs in the channel. Things are like crazy. You're hoping that like, you know, you start up like, you know, and you have one emote. I don't think of emotes as a way for like people to sub to your channels. Like, there's some people like that have it. Like, there's one like that's about it. But like, I find it weird that you lock it behind like, you know, a partnership, when I feel like the most people that do collabs or like, you know, collab with each other are like, you know, streamers that are trying to build up their brands, like they're networking with each other. Like, say for instance, like I look at like what you guys are doing. Say for instance, like, you know, Charles and Wen like are stream a lot with each other, or Wen and Cray, when it came to Apex, you guys are in each other's streams. How dope would it be if you were able to combine the two viewerships of these two people and like boost them up? And that would mean a lot more to somebody like that than the big streamers that you have that already do it. Like, funny thing is, as I said, like a lot of people don't do it regardless. So yeah,
it's just a dumb mechanic.
Yeah. See, what annoys me about YouTube, it's like, I just hate how long it feels like for them to roll in like simple things that streamers like could use. Like for example, I feel like the most simplest thing you can do, and it's bringing you money, is like sub gifting.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Right. So it's just like in general, I think like it gets me mad because YouTube has so much potential because they already have an algorithm. So that's way more than Twitch can give you. But it's just like the tools they have for streamers is still very at the minimal. Like if you ever streamed on YouTube, the YouTube manager is bad. You can't really change like thumbnails too much. You can't. Well, can you change thumbnails while you're streaming?
While you're streaming, you can change it. But there's a lot of other problems with it as well. Like clipping is it's really annoying.
Oh yeah.
Clipping is weird. It's just, and also I feel like if they want more people to come to platform, Twitch made it very easy. Even though they take a lot of your money, Twitch made it so easy to like monetize yourself so early on, or then like say if I'm averaging like 100 subs right here, and I don't have too much progress on YouTube, why would I switch so soon to a platform where I can't get paid yet? Or like I could put in all this, I can't get paid. So like I feel like if they lowered the monetization and like really push out shit, like I feel like the collab thing, who really cares about it right now?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think YouTube's thing puts more of a perspective on content creation than Twitch does. Because Twitch be like, yo, here's this affiliate. Like, and I'm not saying that people didn't work into affiliate. Let me not say that. No, I know that it's hard to get viewers, but that YouTube monetization will make you realize how hard it is to get people to watch your shit. Yeah. Let me just tell you that right now. Yeah. And like one of the things that like personally, like, so like that's the only upper hand that Twitch has is that like you can make money and like you start up streaming in a week and you get like your friends
culture and UI on there, bro. It's so it's so seamless, man. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, and that's like honestly my biggest thing in regards to like going to YouTube. Twitch UI is so easy to use, man. Like I'm watching YouTube videos on how to like create YouTube videos. Like it's actually crazy the inception I have to do in order to learn YouTube. Twitch is literally so easy, and I think that's one of the problems. And when it comes to live streaming, is that the UI on YouTube
horrible.
It's not helpful at all.
It's very bad to find a stream. It's like you might find a stream. Usually you'll end up finding more VODs, but it's like
bro, and it's so like I follow a few people on YouTube stream. When I'm watching Win, Win will be in my top left corner, but I follow a couple people. Like I'll see like 5 VODs and then I'll see Win. Like when I'm live. I'm like, this is weird. Like why don't you have a live streaming section and then VODs or shorts, whatever you want to do? The algorithm is great because I'll see Win and then I'll see like, oh, you like Win, and then he has no cooldown stuff. So like, oh, Chip would be there too. But in regards to live streaming, I don't get anything. Like to be honest, because I guess I have more people that just post straight VODs.
Honestly, I hate that they kind of like gave up on like the YouTube gaming app, because like if they really did like push a little bit more on that, it could make it way easier for like, you know, because even they're like big names that switched over, I feel like I can hardly even catch their streams, even if I tried to. So we're like, you know, if I don't know, I just feel like it's just literally they're a couple UI issues away from like having a mass change
on their ass. It's rough around the edges, man. It's YouTube's like first effort to really streamline all this stuff and get it on track. So for YouTube, I feel like it's more of a matter of time than a matter of execution because they're just behind the 8 ball. Because I mean, of course, Twitch has so many years on the ball now of just making the UI better and better, making experience smoother for people, and just certain things that YouTube, again, they have all the money in the world to throw at this, but they don't know exactly how to, you know, figure out certain things just yet. So they're making their way kind of baby steps, and so they of course they're trying to, you know, put features up and, you know, put things on the board, but it's just a matter of, you know, when are they going to get it down to a science and then get it right. I feel like it's like another year and a half out, honestly, until they get like into a real like shape where it's like, okay, this looks good, this feels good to navigate, like everything seems like it's in this place. You have certain, you know, tick boxes, you know what I'm saying, gift subs, smooths the AI, you know what I'm saying, smooths the UI rather, and just certain things that they can say, okay, now we're a solid competitor to Twitch. Now we're like, okay, we can actively steal motherfuckers off your platform now because they're coming into a seamless experience. So in terms of the dual streaming and the partner streaming, that's honestly a good feature to bring on, of course, because people want to do that. I think it'd be beneficial for YouTube people, of course, because I mean, who wouldn't, especially if you're growing and stuff like that, and having a combined chat, a super chat or something like that. It'd be useful. Again, it'd be very, very useful. Twitch wants to lock it behind partnership. YouTube just wants to go for straight accessibility and give it to people. That seems like a really good option for them to move more eyes to the platform. Good power play, but it's like, how smooth will it be? Smooth as an execution. And it's like at the end of the day, like niggas in the partner program don't even use that shit, bro. I've seen more people use CADGAR. I've seen more people use CADGAR as a multi-stream platform than the actual partner stream, like squad stream.
Just create a multi-link, bro. That's all some people do. Just create a multi-link.
They create multi-links and then that's it. So it's like they got to get it right. They got to get it smooth, bro. But it's like YouTube is really like they're catching up in the race, and I'm biding my time to see what's going on because I'm like, if they get it right, it's what I'm saying, it's TikTok for Twitch, bro. They need to start catching up. You know what I'm saying? They need to start waking up, bro. But like that's the general problem though. Twitch is so far in the lead, you know what I'm saying, in terms of smoothness of experience and just like tenure in the streaming space, that they're really blind to a lot of the issues that they can use to improve or they can apply to improve. And then, of course, YouTube and other spaces have like either dropped off, rest in peace Mixer and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the other spaces aren't as quite there. So there's that gap. But once YouTube figures this out, watch Twitch be fixing hella issues. Watch Twitch roll out like 10 features that everybody wanted in like a 6-month period. And shit. Everybody's like, so y'all just had this in the tuck the whole time?
Watch. I feel like Twitch is the disconnection from the community.
That also
growing by the year. It's literally growing by the year.
Facts. Literally,
they are now have people to the point. I feel like to the point where back in the day, they were partnering people and they were actually, knowing who they partner. They know who they partner. They were in their streams. It was a follow up kind of thing. But now I feel like it's more such of, okay, it's automatic. You know what I mean? It's automatic. Hey, you got 75. How long you have 75? Okay, you have 75 this long. Are you good? Some people might get declined. Those might be actually real people looking at it. But other than that, for the most part, I feel like the acceptance rate for partner is too, I don't know, it's too crazy. Because you look at the people to get partnered. You remember the one, it was like some other weirdo who got partnered and he was just pulling up watching people's streams.
Oh,
like shit like that. There's clearly they're not.
They're not vetting the actual
content.
Quality.
They're not looking at the quality of the content or anything. They're just looking at the number standpoint.
Facts. They're going from a pure quantitative, and literally that's what you linked the DJ Wheat conversation, and he was just like, every year I see more and more people who just don't care about Twitch. They don't care about the community. They're like, he's seen like people who like literally texted and coded like, oh yeah, I don't even watch Twitch. I don't even have the app. And then they're working as, developers or whatever at the Twitch, company. So it's just like, how do you make this, how do you even sustain this shit? They're just going on basically aimlessly because there's people that don't care, and that grows more and more as a company gets bigger. So, my prediction, this ends up as a 1-2 punch, bro. Like they're gonna keep chugging along their track of they don't care about things and they're not paying enough attention to the community, and then YouTube is just gaining on them. Michael Myers just a straight in the background, like on his ass, and then when they hit that smack, when that new UI and new features drop, Twitch not gonna know what to do. They're gonna scramble real fast and then try and get their act together, man. It's gonna be real spooky hours if they don't get, they don't wake up and smell the coffee.
Big facts.
I agree with you, man. That's as I said, as anybody that's a new streamer, I would tell you to check out both. Like, in all honesty, like Twitch has the community, YouTube has the infrastructure for trying to build yourself. It's hard, but I'll be honest with you. Check out both. Last question, because we've gone over what we said we were gonna go over, but these conversations are dope, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. These conversations are dope. But the last thing I want to talk about is the username policies that they're using to help curb harassment. How do you guys feel about that, man?
Again, I don't want to say it full on, but like, damn, y'all dumb as shit. Why didn't y'all do this years ago? Why didn't you do this from the rip? It doesn't make any sense.
And it probably don't even work.
Yeah, doesn't like almost every platform have like something like
a literal name checker before you even submit your username. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like over like 15 years old. I am very sure. Like, I gotta double check if people on like Toontown Online could like submit raunchy names or not. I gotta remember. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like 80% sure they couldn't. Like, dog.
This man said Toontown.
Like, I'm dead.
It baffles me, bro. That like, yo, now you're dropping this. It's like you guys are really like, I don't give a shit, bro.
I just imagine
I just have a regular pipeline, no urgency.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Twitch is just like somebody who's like playing on their Switch at the desk, and they're like, "Yo, we need this," and they're like, "Yo, I'm gonna get to that shit. Yo, we need this. Yo, I'm gonna get to this shit. Yo, they're hate rating people with terrible names. All right, I'll do it." They put it down. It takes them 10 minutes of their day, and they're like, "Are you happy? Jeez. Now go back to the carousel so I can play my Switch." Like that's like they just don't care, bro. It really is just, I feel, people who don't care. And if you want to make us believe that y'all care, you would act with urgency about shit. Because again, like I said before, when people were getting called shrimps and or whatever, you know the word. I'm not gonna say it. I know you guys got Twitches and shit. When people were getting called that stuff, and when people were saying, "Hey, you get no cheeks" or whatever, they were full force like, "Oh, we word banned. Not saying that. I'm coming in. You talk that shit. We're locking this shit down, right?" But it's like, yo, this name shit has been going on for a long time, since the inception.
It's gonna continue.
You know what I'm saying? Continue. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Now it matters, man. Y'all just don't give a fuck, and I would just appreciate it if y'all just came out with your patch notes like, yo, we don't give a fuck. But y'all kept
I'd respect it more.
You know what I'm saying?
I would respect it more, because then I would go to the measures to protect myself.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't give a fuck, bro, just let me know, because that way we can just stop pretending to be to do this shit. Like, I don't want to have to pat you on the back for doing basic shit.
Call a spade, man. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah. All right, Charles. Did you want to? I saw somebody had a question. I don't know if you want to get to
that. So Simi asked, what did she ask? My bad, can't read. I gotta get my glasses. How do you feel about full-time streamers versus people with full-time jobs and using streaming as a hobby? I mean, that's me. I mean, you can't really control what people do.
That's most of us here.
That's most of us here. Like, I have no plans to become a full-time content creator. Like, that is not in my plans. Like, I just love the people that I've met. I love the community that I've established. And if I so happen to get some profit from this, so be it. I don't expect to. But, you know, if whatever your prerogative is, do that. Like, I'm in here just to create a community and play games with people and have fun. That's all I'm doing. Is like, I'm not in this for the money. Like, I have a potential career that's going to bring me money. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that. Like, I'm not worried about that 100%. Like, I'm in IT. I'll get my bag. Like, Twitch is just for fun. Like, this is how I de-stress, to be honest. Like, streaming is my decompressor. It's how I de-stress. Like, I talk, I chill, whatever. Get all the social things that I need to get out, because I am an introvert. So this is where I do most of my talking. So it's like, it is what it is. Like,
I'm
you can't really.
I'm an introvert. But I talk to everybody. You're not an introvert.
I am an introvert.
I hate people. All right. The pandemic allowed me to finally get away from people.
Bro, I don't go out or nothing like that, bro.
Liar.
Oh shoot.
I don't.
Liar. Let's nip that in the bud right now.
That's fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah, not.
I know we kind of over. I know we kind of over, but I had like one I really want to get y'all inside on, because I seen it on Twitter.
Can you hold it for 1 second before? Because just I wanted to answer Semi's question.
Oh,
anybody else?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
So I did this while I had a full-time job. I was working sometimes I was working like 60 hours a week, and I would still make a video here now and then. I'm using this. I want everybody to know this for, like, I would love to do this full-time if I ever got the money to do it full-time, but I wouldn't do it full-time more than I already do it now. Or like at my peak when I was making 3 streams a week, 1 video a week. Like, that would be the most I would ever do for this. And that would include like the No Cooldown podcast, this podcast. Like, that would be the most I would do for this shit. If y'all wanted me to do full-time and I had to do 5 days a week, it wouldn't work out. This is kind of, for me, this started out as literally, I'll shit you not, I saw a ninja make $500,000 in 1 month. I said, I'm gonna make money streaming. After like, and now I know that there was probably more or whatever. We're not gonna get into that. But I got into streaming for the money. I realized there was no money in it, but I realized my love for for making content, and that's why I continue to do it. I do this for my portfolio. I do this for if there's an opening in IGN and they're like, "Yo, can you show us?" I'm like, "Yo, I got podcasts right now. I got articles that'll shit on y'all articles. Stop playing with me. Fucking give me that bread."
Stop playing with me.
Yo, drop the Kofi or whatever it's called, Ko-Fi.
Yeah. I already have one. And I got articles up on that shit right now. If y'all want to go.
That's what I'm saying. Drop it.
No, yeah, damn.
Drop it in my chat. Drop it in my chat.
But what I'm saying is like I do this shit so that I can prove to the people who got the internships from the whatever school or whatever, and they're like, or their best buddy was IGN's like mistress or whatever the fuck. I want to show them that like, yo, I've been doing this shit without y'all help. Pay me the bread and we can do this shit for forever. What's up with it?
Right.
Facts.
Go ahead.
I'm kind of in that. I'm in that same boat, bro. It's like if people have that, the expectation to stream full time, cool. That's on y'all. If that's your prerogative, awesome. In my ideal world, there is absolutely zero scenario where I will be streaming every single day, like 6+ hours, like 5+ hours.
No,
sounds like
absolutely no fucking way. I love my community. And I hope to see it grow massively over the years, of course. But there is in no way, shape, form, fashion, or any type of iteration where I will be live every single day for like 5 months.
None.
Yo, the way that he puts words together.
Strip is a wordsmith, bro. I promise you.
We got a podcast. I'm saying no cooldown.
Shout out no cooldown. You know what I'm saying?
Check them out, man.
It makes no sense to me, bro. Like again, for the aspirations and goals that I have as a content creator, I eventually want to be able to again be on platforms like again on TV, award shows, game shows, tournaments, hosting, being a personality in the gaming space, and actually providing my 2 cents on a larger scale. And that automatically comes with the fact that I will not be on stream every day. I will probably not be on stream every week. But I'm gonna have some contests that roll around because I love to do this. Again, coming into this and actually going from a spectator of content creation on YouTube, on Twitch and stuff, to actually being a creator, I love it. I really do love it because I love giving my 2 cents out there. I love experiencing games. I love giving y'all the moments that I experience sometimes just by myself or with my family or with friends or whatever. I love giving that to the community. I love giving that to the people that watch me and support me. I absolutely love it. But to have that up to a certain point where it blocks my goals of being, again, at different places at different times. I'm filming this. I'm working with somebody on this. I'm in another location. I got to go fly here and do this there. If that's going to block it, I will mitigate it as much as I possibly can because that's where I'm trying to get to. That's one of my end goals. That's like one of my end games. So why would I be streaming every day if it blocks that, that path I've set for myself or I want to set for myself and I want to get to? It makes no sense. So in my ideal world, there's no such thing as full-time streaming for me, honestly, in any sense of the fashion. Like there is none. But again, for those that want to subscribe to that and do that all the time, perfect. That's cool for you. I know for where I'm trying to get, I'm aiming bigger than streaming, bro. I'm aiming bigger than streaming. I don't want to be streaming when I'm like 56, 60, bro. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to be geriatric with grandkids streaming, like, you know what I'm saying, dead ass really all the way, depending on Twitch for a check. Facts.
I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people do that.
I want to already be piecing out on TV. I'm going. Like, you'll see me once a month on stream or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just mentalities are different. If people want to stream wrestling like that's cool. But I know for me, there's bigger bags waiting beyond the Twitch platform, beyond streaming platforms.
Yes,
so that's where I'm heading.
Yep.
Me, straight up, I look at this like, a photographer. Like photography, you look at like editors, like whatever. I'm building a craft. Like it's a hobby for me, but like if you do photography, like there's a lot of dudes that like work full-time jobs and then on the weekend they're doing photography, making like $2,000 for a shoot. There are DJs that do the same thing and they're making a whole DJ. So like what I look at this is like, possibly like building my craft and like, I'm looking to be a better editor. I'm looking to be a better speaker. I'm looking to be a better, like, just all around, like with content creation. So for me, I want to work in social media. And what's the best way to build my resume in a world where like, your resume doesn't matter anymore. Like a lot of the times, if you show somebody what you do on stream and what you do with your Twitter, you could possibly get a job. And that's what I'm looking for, like personally. So I use it as a hobby that I take seriously.
Very much so.
Try to spend the least amount of money that I possibly can. But that's me. So yeah. Anybody else? Pray?
I think for like ever, I think I'm always gonna stream, but I know I just want to be a content creator. I know like in my end goal, I want to be full time.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll forever be like always streaming, but I think I want to do more on the like the YouTube sense and like definitely expand to more things. Like for example, if you look at Drewski, he was a Twitter comedian. He has so much different avenues of things he's doing, and I love like content creation is my sports. I love like looking at how people's doing, or like whenever I watch like a video, I just be like thinking like how they like constructed it. It's just I love the study of it. I love doing it. No matter what it is, I love any type of like creation. So it's like eventually I want to be full time and be like, all right, I'm doing a podcast. I'm helping people with like cameos and shows or movies or like different things. I just want to do that. That's like my end goal. So it's like, definitely, you know, I'm just definitely like, you know, right now I don't have a job. I want to like find something else, but there's nothing that like drove me more in my life than like wanting to create. There's nothing. I tried everything. I like had like little things, and this is like the most I ever like dedicated into something. So it's like, you know, it's like kind of just what I want to do. It was like, yeah, I think this is meant for me.
And that's an amazing outlook. Like you can have that outlook, but you guys gotta know what you want. Like you gotta understand the limits.
Gotta have a plan. So.
Yeah. I know we talked about this in the core, I believe, right? We talked about this in core one day, right? About it's like, you know, do you see it as a job and do you want it to be a job kind of thing? And I've been doing it for a while now, but I've been doing it just to have fun. You know what I mean? It's just all for fun. You know, I was the, you know, I'm the 14-hour Andy, the 30-hour Andy. You know what I mean? Like I fucking just sit on this shit and just play.
30 hours?
No. Look, I'm just saying, like, but I will get lost in the time because I have fun doing it, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, like it's easy for me to get lost in the time, but as far as like, you know, taking it serious, shortening the time, and things like that, you know, that's what I've been working on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not making it a job, not trying to be like, oh, I need this for the money. You know what I mean? I'm just doing it all out of creativity and just to have fun and show people, you know, new shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's fair.
That's real.
Fair. What was your question, man? I know you said you had one.
Oh, yes. So how do y'all feel about, because I seen it on Twitter and I think he had a budding tweeted it out and it said something about along the lines of, oh, if your IRL friends isn't supporting you, fuck them.
No, I disagree.
And I 100%. I said, I think I quote tweeted. I was like, well, I 100% disagree with that because it can go both ways. I mean, like you shouldn't be mad that your IRL friends are not supporting you in your Twitch journey. I mean, 9 times out of 10, most of my IRL friends
don't know what Twitch is.
Are neighborhood fools. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what the hell Twitch is. So I feel like it's your job to educate them. If you want them to support you, educate them on the them on the platform.
So I hate pulling this one. I'm sorry. My friends are black. black. I'm talking about they play Call of Duty and like and NBA 2K. They don't watch Twitch.
What? Yeah, I grew up in the hood, so a lot of my friends like when I see some of my friends like they take their gun out of their pocket so that they can sit down. Like that, like they're not thinking about
Yes.
like they're not thinking about did you see that Nick Merckx video? Like they don't fucking care. They don't even watch. Some of them don't even watch TV. Like if I tell them an anime doesn't have killing, they're like, "The fuck's the point of that shit?" Then like that's just kind of how it is. But that doesn't mean like don't say fuck them. But like if you're a content creator, you could show them shit, but I wouldn't take it to the heart because honestly, you don't want motherfuckers who don't want to watch your shit to watch your shit. At the end of the day, like
exactly.
So I just
tell us about your great friends, Charles.
Support is a very vague word. So essentially when I try to get like my engagement on Twitter, I'll send my tweet to my group chats. Just retweet it, like it, whatever, say, quote it, whatever you want to do.
Different. Yeah, I get you. That's
no, but I think that I think when we say support, I think when people say that, they absolutely mean being in every stream, sending donos.
But that's what I think people think, like that's
Right.
how it's supposed to work.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the idea of support is very vague. There's so many ways to support your content creator friends that doesn't involve you being in their streams.
Yeah.
Like I have people that like will randomly take my clip and then post it on IG. Like I don't get on IG, but like because they fuck with me, they'll post it on IG.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like not everything has to be them physically or electronically in your space.
Exactly.
So
a great example.
Support is wide ranging.
Sorry.
I was say like a great example is I actually have a conversation with a friend of mine because she is a Instagram beauty, like does videos on like makeup and shit on Instagram. Nowhere near my lane. Not even like remotely close. I don't know. I'm not tapped into that shit whatsoever. But when she posts a video or a TikTok, a reel or whatever, I go, I like it, and I comment a cool emoji or whatever, like showing support. Because honestly, like if that's what they're talking about, like if people will see your shit and just let it flop, I get what Charles is saying, where it's like, they ain't shit. Like you could just double tap it. It's not gonna change shit, especially on platforms like Twitter or other places where there's just not even an algorithm. Like you just double tap and it will not affect you in the least. Or like what I was saying earlier, where it's like, if you don't even want to see my content, you can follow me, mute my shit, and I'll still appreciate the follow because it boosts my numbers. Just small shit like that.
Right.
But like, if I'm never going to get on top of, you'll never catch me in your DMs. You'll never catch me doing XYZ to be like, yo, you didn't show up to my stream when I had the blah, blah, blah. That's crazy. Cause I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If you don't fuck with me, that's cool. I'm probably not going to fuck with you.
But just remember, when you ask me for some shit,
when you ask me what's the setup, I'm gonna be like, set these nuts up.
Out of one of them.
See, I'll be fair about this because I feel like if you're doing something for streaming, especially like YouTube's a little bit easier to share.
Yeah,
I'll be fair about that. YouTube's a little bit easier to share. Not everybody watches Twitch. Like Twitch isn't as big.
Yeah, that's
everybody
real.
thinks it is. And like if I'm doing a special event, I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll show my friend like, that, like, say for instance, I'm doing a charity stream next week. And like I'll send it to my friends and they'll be like, yo, you're really doing this? Like that's so dope. Like I didn't know that, like, how many people showed up, this, that, and the other. But if it's just a regular stream, I'm not telling my friends
pressed,
like
I'm
not pressed for that. Like
I don't know, it's like it's weird because it's people who think like in that mindset of like, well, they're not supporting me, they ain't shit. And it's crazy because like you gotta realize these are human beings. You can't look at numbers and say numbers are you gotta remember these numbers on Twitch, these are real people. These are people who got jobs, these are people who got families, these people who got life. You know what I mean? I don't expect a person to come to the stream every fucking day. See, and if they come, that's cool. But like, you can't look at these people on Twitch as numbers. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hold on, Charles. Hold on, Charles. Craig, go ahead.
No, I was gonna speak.
Yeah, all right, quick 2 things. I wanted to get this point across, but I have to take this call because it's a possible job opportunity. But I wanted to say, like, I feel like with streaming, I feel like it's definitely still like a very like different way of taking content because like there'll be people there for 3-4 hours and like there attentively, and like I feel like it is kind of different now because most of my like friends, I consider my real friends, are creators, but like when you see like a lot of casual Andes that aren't into this stuff, you see people posting like when their favorite rapper, the screenshot that they posted, like, all right, boom, they listen to the song, or they repost their new relationship and shit like that. I feel like support is so free. If you my boy, I'm gonna retweet your shit regardless. Even if I didn't watch it, I'm gonna retweet your shit.
Right.
Or like I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna share it or send it to somebody or like comment, do whatever I can. Like just I feel like that's simple like things you can do. And it's like there's some people I notice completely like whenever I mentioned streaming or anything, completely like avoided that. But as soon as they seen like, oh, I got a fucking free chair, or like they seen like I got paid once, or like a dono, all of a sudden, yo, big bro, I'm so proud of you. I've been rooting you for real. Like, yo, like, that shit
I'm trying to get like you, bro.
You tell me what to do to start up my stream, like,
and that's why
that shit crazy.
That's why I asked the high school question.
Nah, I'm more talking about. I'm not talking about the randoms that like just see you from afar. Like I'm talking about like my core group. Like
I had people like that were my core group that were like, like retweet is simple. Yeah, and they wouldn't do shit like that. Or it was just like, I don't know. Like if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm working on this video, or whatever. They post anything, their favorite basketball player selfie, anything, but like a share is free. That's the least you could do. If you like, that's your homie. Like, say for example, if I haven't heard a song a friend dropped or something, I'm at least repost it. I'm gonna still try to listen, but I'm gonna still repost it. That's the simplest thing you can do. It's 2 clicks.
Oh, you bugging? You be reposting SoundCloud?
Maybe I'm gonna retweet it. If my friends are rapper, I'm gonna retweet it. I'm gonna retweet it.
He just said that shit gotta pass the test.
If it's my dog, I'm gonna retweet it. Look,
No,
this is how I am. That's the simplest thing. If I'm not gonna fuck with it, but there's somebody in there that'll fuck with it, so I'm gonna retweet it.
Oh, hey, bro, this gonna get us out the hood. Retweet just for me, bro.
Yo, I feel like a real repost. Oh, big bro drop.
Big bro drop.
Press play, bro. That you're legal. On that bag, you're legal.
I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I might join back in the conversation. I got to definitely real quick.
Probably the last part anyway.
Yeah, we finishing up.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yeah, but yeah, I dropped it on this one. It's like, it's just funny as hell, bro. Because it's like, okay, on that side, how the hell can you be so dismissive of other people's lives that you be like, yo, if they don't support you, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them, blah blah blah, do this, that, and third. I'm like, that's bad. Like to me, I'm like, okay, if you're asking people for support, from my perspective, I'm like, yo, I don't expect nothing from nobody. That's just me. I'm like, if you want to come out of the goodness of your heart and show love, cool. But I'm not finna, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, force you. Oh, hey, yo, listen, I'm doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you come support, do what you do. I'm not gonna push that on anybody. I don't care if you're my best friend. I don't care if you family. I don't care if you've been in my life for years. If you want to do it out of the goodness of your heart, that's on you. But I'm just like, I feel that, you know, it's just, it's so weird to me. Cause I'm like, yo, I never really expect, again, I never really expect anything. So I'm just coming from the standpoint of, okay, cool. Like my roommate, one of my best friends, like we started pretty much streaming together. Like, again, I didn't expect him to support me like whatsoever. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm starting to do this stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's like, cool. He pops in, you know, sometimes he got work, he got life. Whenever he pops in, it's a hilarious ass time. Charles was there one of the times he popped in. He said some wild ass shit, and I was laughing my ass off. But he comes in when he can. Like people from my high school. Like there's like a few people I rock with to this day. They don't watch my stuff like pretty frequently or very frequently whatsoever. When they come in, they drop sub, they do what they can to support. You know what I'm saying? They do what they can out of the goodness of their heart. Because I just don't expect anything.
Yeah,
but for me, my personal situation, I'm just like, I keep that kind of, I guess, to the side of everything else. And if you want to, again, know more about my life as a friend and as a whatever relationship to me, I'll let you know. But then that's what I do. If you want to support, cool. If you don't want to support, that's whatever. I don't come in with that expectation that you have to, you know what I'm saying, like hype me up in everything I do. Because I'm like, listen, that'll come whether you support it or not. You know what I'm saying? I can read whether it's genuine or not if you want to see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But for the people in my life so far that have been in real life and have seen me on stream, they come in to support when they can. You know what I'm saying? They come to support what it is, whether it's a view, they drop to follow. Like, again, a couple of my friends, they made Twitch accounts and then they just follow me. It's like, yo, I'm not going to be here all the time, but hey, I dropped that on you, bro. It's like, and that's love. That's love, huge. Bro. I'm like, that's I'm like, yo, cool. That right there, I appreciate. But again, in no way will I ever expect anybody from my immediate circle or my family or whatever place of love to support me just for the fact that I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all want to do it, cool. Like the opposite spectrum, bro. My little brother, he's like, hey, are you starting to Twitch? And like when I started it, I was like, yeah, man, I'm starting to Twitch. He's like, yeah, that's great. I'm not following you. I'm like, damn, bro. I didn't hear it. He's like, I still love you, bro. He's like, bro, I'm not gonna follow you, dog. I was like, I'm sorry. This is just procedure. I don't even follow anybody on Twitch like that. I'm like, well, shit. And he's like, and he always dashes me up and he like checks my videos and stuff. And he was in a video with me and stuff. He's like, yo, he loves me doing it, but he's like, you know, I don't feel like doing it, but I show you love, bro. I'm support you all the way from mine. I'm cheering you on. I'm like, cool. All right, that's how you want to support. Cool, bro.
I
like,
love
you a dick for that, but okay.
Yeah.
Like, but I still love him. It's just down to your expectations, and I feel like sometimes we might expect. We expect a lot out of people when it's like, yo, people have lives, people have different situations, and again, there's some things that you perceive might be just, again, super easy, but to other people it might not be as easy or whatever the hell. But it's just down to, you got to kind of lower that barrier of like, okay, listen, they might support it, so might not. I just kind of frame it in the situation as, you know, listen, hey, if you want to support, cool. If you don't want to, you just keep carrying your life and just want to cheer me on, do whatever, cool. If they're your real friends, they're gonna say, hey, yo, listen, hey, shout outs to you, do your thing. And then from there, they'll make the determination, hey, keep doing your thing. I don't know if I like, you know what I'm saying, drop in all the time, whatever. or they'll actively do it. They'll do it at their own pace. They'll just give you good inspiration of words of motivation, blah, blah, blah. But again, success is a lonely journey, bro. The whole Will Smith quote and shit. Like, your friends aren't going to be tucked to your side the entire time. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be like pushing you on at every moment. You know, you got to just keep chugging along, whether it's, you know, people actively supporting you or not. You know, it's down to you to just keep trucking along and make your vision happen. So your friends ain't gonna be with you on that journey by yourself to become a great content creator, because they're not gonna see your friends all the time unless you're doing a collab channel, and that's an exception. But you're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So whether your friends support or not, it's down to what they believe and what they want. But you shouldn't push all of that on them, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Bro, let me just say one thing. Actually, like I even know like people that are from the game. I played Splatoon. There's people from the gaming community that won't rock with your content, like, and I don't expect it. Like, so that's one of the weird things when it comes to this whole like, yo, your friends support you, whatever. One last thing though, I gotta ask you guys a question. This is gonna be the last question.
Please don't. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
What am I gonna say?
Oh, let me see. Hold on.
What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? No,
is it about a chat question?
No chat question.
Never
So
mind.
this is a therapy session. I am a married man, so I can't talk about this as I said, because my wife doesn't watch streams. But how are you guys doing, man? How are you guys feeling after, you know, experiencing like one of your crushes taken away by a man that lives on a rocky slope? So how are you guys doing after coming to realization that Rihanna is now taken and will be and is with child? How are some of you guys? I wish Cray was here. How are you guys doing, man?
Damn, first the day and now Rihanna, the world's coming to an end.
I mean,
how you feeling?
Hey,
man?
listen. You know, it's hard sometimes, bro. It's gotta have a warrior spirit. It's been a long fight, you know. It's gotta. It's just.
I have a girlfriend. I refuse to answer this question.
Listen, I was throwing up and crying in the Kroger and shit. They was getting mad at me. Like, I had to
my knees are bruised from fucking Walmart.
He was at the self checkout, like on his knees with the carton of milk.
Facts. Timmy had to go check him and shit.
What's that Yugi? That Yugi meme? Hey, damn it!
It should have been me,
bro. I be having cold sweats. Like, didn't I tell you that I was a savage?
Charles walks outside. They're like, "It's raining, Charles. Grab the umbrella." He's like, "Don't you dare say that to me."
Hey, I'm a keep it a stack. It hurts, man, but it's like it's a circle of life, man. Cause apparently, you know what I'm saying, they said Meg back out there, man.
Hey, just know a certain video of my bookmarks. Hey.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna end right there. Thank you. It's Charles' stream, so he can end whenever he wants. But yo, as I said, we want to do this. Yo, honestly, I love doing these. Because you can tell, we said in the Discord we were gonna be done in 2 hours. It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
Apologize. So yeah, next one will probably be next month. Just to let you guys know, we don't want to keep these too frequent. We just want to collect and then talk on it. So let people know. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So Charles, you can take it away.
All right. Well, I'll be rating Quavy, y'all, because it is her birthday. So if you guys are in here, if you guys are in here. Let me see if that was gonna work. Copy that rate message, y'all. You know, tell Quavy happy birthday. Once again, thank y'all for coming through for the Growth Podcast with myself, Negus, that man Trip, Win Easy, the Crayster, and we got Only Mac over there as well. Follow everybody in here. We'll be here next month. Appreciate y'all for coming through.
Yeah,
we'll be showing
K-Dot and Ace.
Yep, K-Dot and Ace. Yeah, you'll see a lot of us. We're gonna be doing a lot of collaborative efforts in the future. So we appreciate y'all tremendously. Thank y'all. Fantastic stream. Appreciate y'all. All right. I'm copy that rate message, y'all. We finna rate out to Quavy. Make sure y'all say happy birthday. And we out.